See him dancing, strolling along down the... What's that word again? Oh, street.
We don't have a lot of news, so instead we're just going to be...
We're giving you a concert.
Performing part of your world.
Up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free, wish I could be part of that world.
Why isn't the song called Part of That World? I guess I should...
Because the reprise is
part of
your
your world,
and the reprise is where she orgasms on the rock.
Don't say orgasm.
She's not
orgasming
yes,
on
she
that
doesn't
rock.
orgasm on the rock, but like, metaphor.
Metaphor for orgasm? Ooh.
Yeah, the whole splash. It's a little metaphor for the kids.
I don't know if it's too orgasmic, though.
It's pretty orgasmic. If you saw Prince Eric for the first time,
yes,
and you were rubbing against a rock.
Jesus Christ, rubbing against.
From what
a rock.
I understand of anatomy, rubbing is important for people.
Lord, we're really starting on a weird place, aren't we?
Listen.
Hi guys, when are you reacting to You're Losing Me? Someone requested a reaction on the Patreon, and so when we get to it, we will.
We will.
But Matt Steele loves it, and I liked it better the second time I listened to it.
Okay, try a third time because it's great.
It's good.
It's better than good. How are you? Whatever.
I just find the chorus to be kind of like
sure, a little. It's
a little like
it's simple, but like it works, but then it builds, and then. Ending, it's great.
It's good. People are just giving it a lot, in my humble opinion. But okay, skip this part. Yes,
skip this part.
I don't think it's out, but that's
yes.
what we want to talk about.
Yes.
Like, the thing is, we should just sing "Skip This Part" as much as we, remember it.
Yeah,
which
I'd like. Well, I don't want to spoil it for people.
I sang it in a fucking podcast already.
I'd like to skip this part.
Yes.
Something.
I remember the Ferris wheel feeling. Is
Ferris
in that
wheel
chorus,
feeling,
and
and then just that banger of an ending.
Oh.
Close your ears if you don't want to hear.
Whatever.
Spoiled.
She's putting out half the album every week, so
it's true.
Because I think she's now put out "I Hate Love," which I have not listened to because I am strong.
Yeah.
She's putting out "Red Flag Collector," and
she?
Yes, she's putting that out this week, and she said she's putting out fucking "Lighthouse" before the album comes out.
Girl, you're putting out half of the album.
I know.
What are we doing? Oh my god.
This is Kelly Clarkson, by the way. She's put out half of her new album. "Chemistry" comes out on June 23rd, but apparently there's so many pre-release tracks. It's a lot.
It's a lot, guys.
I didn't love it, but I really liked it about "You're Losing Me." I think "Hits Different" is better, but "You're Losing Me" is pretty good still.
I do love "Hits Different" too.
Yeah.
But "You're Losing Me." Ooh. Girl.
I like it. I like it.
You need to leave and just listen to it again.
I'll
take over from here.
I was going to say, why would I leave? I live here.
I'm saying leave this room.
Oh.
Like not, leave.
Leave this room.
You better leave your apartment that you pay rent for.
I know. How are we all doing today, y'all?
Sorry, y'all. I'm retweeting the link and all that stuff. I'm busy doing work.
He's not paying attention to
As
you guys.
the social media manager of 2 Gay Mats.
Since when?
Yeah,
How many
I'm
TikToks
really
have you made?
None, bitch. You think I will ever make a TikTok in my life? I have in the past. I made a couple on like my personal TikTok, and I was like, never again. This is awful.
I mean, it's a lot. It's just like a lot. I need to make more for the 2 Gay Match channel, but it's just a lot of work.
Whatever.
It's just a lot of work.
How's everyone doing?
Yes,
What's
what are we
going
up
on?
to?
Everyone's here.
I can feel the heartbreak. And You're Losing Me? I think that's great. I love feeling the heartbreak. We love it all.
I've been listening to a lot of Mariah since your rankings video. You need to do a remixed version. Some remixes are better than the original. I'm not listening to all those remixes.
I will literally, I have an idea when I was like, I can't do this so soon after doing the bracket, but we are going to sit down and react to just a few remixes that are better than the original of Mariah.
Okay, that's cute. That's
just
a cute idea.
It's not like we're not doing 16 that still has to go through.
And we're doing like specifically ones that are better than the original.
Yes.
Like that's an interesting topic. I will say editing that Mariah bracket video that we did, I was like, this is entertaining. I was like, this is a really good video.
I never watch our videos. I watched that one.
Was
I was like, this is great.
It was great. Yeah, I would say
great.
it's a strong video.
Yes, it's a very strong. I saw Spider-Verse today. I went to Paisley Park Studios yesterday. Oh my gosh. No Mariah remixes. Spoilers. Ranking spoilers, please. I have not watched yet. LOL. That's funny. Well, you're going to love the video. And the remixes, yes, Jeff, are better than the originals in a lot of the cases. I stand by that while Jeff has many takes that are questionable, his worst is not liking Mariah's remixes. She invented the remix.
None of her remixes,
He's just
Jeff?
like, she doesn't need the remixes. Why does she even have them? The originals stand on their own. It's like, well, because she's giving a new layer of brilliance and perfection and bringing that to the table.
And listen to the original Triumphant and listen to the remix of Triumphant, and you will realize why she needs remixes.
That's the thing. Sometimes a remix is very necessary.
Because when Triumphant came out, you were just like, it's okay.
Like, okay, it's okay.
And that was the first Mariah song that came out since Living With, like when I started living with you.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was real excited for you, and you were just like, it's okay. But then the remix came out, and you were just like, yes, this is
that
what we want.
Club mix is amazing. Yeah. And then, #Beautiful came out.
Oh, and then we were satisfied.
Oh, that's the thing is like, sometimes I was thinking like, what if there were these other songs? Like, what if #Beautiful had gone #1? And we decide where it got in the rankings and where it fell off? Because that's an excellent
song. I think it would have gone pretty far in the rankings because
so
like that is a beautiful, sophisticated piece of music. She's literally queen of remixes. She always mixes it up, not like today's where it's just the original song with a rap verse on top. Yeah,
absolutely. We Belong Together remix is bad. It's not bad. It's not as good as the original, but it's not bad. But I would say like, obviously the Fantasy remix has always been a Baby So So Def mix. The Honey So So Def mix is better than the original. And even though My All is perfect, the My All Stay a While is amazing. I still believe Pure Imagination. Like there's, especially from like 95 till like 2005. Boy, I Need You, the Cameron remix is better. Like there are just incredible hip hop and dance remixes from Mariah. And the girls aren't doing remixes like that anymore. And it just makes me sad.
I'm so sorry.
P. Diddy and Jermaine Dupri mixed the F out of those originals. And it's true. The P. Diddy remix of Son of a Gun by Janet Jackson is excellent. And the original is fine.
She has a song called Son of a Gun?
Yes, she does. And it samples I Bet You Think the Song Is About You.
Oh, You're So Vain.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's not, she doesn't even say You're So Vain in it.
Oh. Just you probably think the song is about
yes.
you. Okay, Carly Simon wrote one of my favorite songs of all time.
That one?
No.
What song?
Let the River Run.
Oh, did you reference that recently?
I did, yes. It's an Oscar-winning song. It was in the movie Working Girl.
Oh.
And I think Austin in the Discord talked about taking the Staten Island ferry. And in the movie Working Girl, it opens with, because it's about like these women who live on Staten Island and they take the ferry every day to go into Manhattan to work.
Right.
And it opens with the song Let the River Run.
Okay.
Brilliant song. Brilliant piece of music.
Great. I don't know that. Beyonce's been doing some good remixes for Renaissance by re-recording some of the lyrics and switching things up. Yes, the Cuff It remix was re-recorded, and then, of course, the Queen's remix of Break My Soul re-recorded. I don't think she re-recorded anything for America Has a Problem with Kendrick.
I haven't listened to it, so I don't know.
It's the same with a Kendrick verse in it.
Okay.
Which is fine, but, like, I feel like there are rumors now that, like, oh, she's putting out more remixes. And I'm like, are the remixes just, like, Ariana Grande jumping onto the track and like doing some backgrounds on a verse? Because like
spend your time on the visuals. Thank you.
Yes. Is Up My Face considered a remix? The version with Nicki Minaj, absolutely.
One of my favorites.
All for you. Speaking of talking to someone that went to the Janet concert and she's still killing it. I've heard that. And that's the thing is like Janet is always going to kill it. Like I just think she is otherworldly.
She's a killer.
She's a killer. She kills things.
She kills
what she does. She kills it.
It's not safe anywhere for the its out there.
It's really not.
All the its are just getting killed.
You know another great remix? Speaking of its.
Yeah.
The It's Not Right, But It's Okay dance remix.
Okay.
Unbelievable. I think it's Hex Hector, I want to say. Classic. America Has a Problem is good for Kendrick, and that's it. It's just the same song. The new era of rappers just adding bigger rapper on the track and calling it a remix boils my blood. Like the name song, but now Cardi is on it. I heard Cardi's on it, and she makes a Britney reference supposedly, so that's exciting.
Melanie won a Golden Globe for Working Girl, but one of you already knew that. Yeah, and got nominated for an Oscar.
Why do you only think one of us? You don't think I'm always thinking about Melanie Griffith?
Yeah, good
Thank
job.
You.
Yes.
I knew it. See,
1988, great category, great list of nominees for Best Leading Actress at the Oscars that year.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What, did the right
Jodie Foster won.
Did the right person win?
I do like Jodie Foster's performance in The Accused.
Okay.
That's what she won her first Oscar for. But then 1991 came and she had Silence of the Lambs. And so she won for that. And so I think that win very much overshadows The Accused.
So now she has 2 Oscars.
She has 2 Oscars, yeah. Also against her that year was Glenn Close in Dangerous Liaisons, which is like a brilliant performance. Like a brilliant performance. Who else was not? That was Sigourney Weaver, Melanie Griffith, and I forget who.
I forget who. There's added background vocals on America Has a Problem. Are there added background vocals? If they are, I didn't even notice them. But that's great. I'm glad people go back in the studio and make changes. They change up the beat.
Sorry, it was Meryl Streep for A Cry in the Dark. I had to say it, which is one of my favorite Meryl Streep performances.
That she won? Oh, the other person that was nominated.
She was nominated, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love that movie, A Cry in the Dark. Excellent.
Is it your favorite Meryl performance?
I would say it's in like top 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, start talking about remixes again. I know you don't want to talk about
No,
this.
I'm interested, please.
I mean, that was it.
That's
was
all you
the
got.
1988 Best Leading Actress Oscar race, ladies and gentlemen.
The Hate You remix by Mariah is excellent. It never got officially released. We're still waiting for MC30 to come back to get that. That's the one that samples Ghost Town DJs, I believe. At night, I think of you.
Oh, no, Yazzie. She doesn't have an Oscar. She has an Oscar nomination.
Oh, the dingo ate her baby. Is that movie?
That's the Meryl Streep movie.
Oh.
It's about the case in Australia where a dingo ate a baby as this family was camping, and people thought that the mom killed the baby. And
it's a real...
Yeah, it's a real life story. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. She didn't kill the baby, right?
No. The dingo ate her baby.
Okay, I've heard the quote, but I didn't know if it really did.
Yeah, no. And the whole thing is like she was kind of like a cold like person.
Yeah.
And so like the media didn't like her because like they didn't feel she was like
warm.
Like warm enough. And so they were like, well, of course she killed her child.
I don't think that's great deductive reasoning. Like
the movie's all about that. The movie's all about how like public's perceptions of people and everything. Yeah. It's a great movie.
I love that.
It's called A Cry in the Dark.
We need the Mariah Rock album. I mean, some people are really dying for that. Chick, as sung by Mariah Carey. Hopefully that comes out.
Yeah, when is that coming out? That was supposed to happen.
I don't know.
Mariah.
She's busy doing Pride.
But like, she already has this album. All she has to do is release it.
And supposedly... Millie Bobby Brown might be involved in that album in some way. And I'm like,
Great.
We love intergenerational friendships.
Yeah.
But it's just us.
Does Millie Bobby Brown sing?
Great question. Great question.
I'm sure there are worse singers out there on record.
Hello. That is absolutely true. Fun fact, that's where the phrase "the dog's dinner" comes from. I don't know what that phrase.
I've never heard that phrase either.
Oh.
Is that an Australian phrase?
Yeah, maybe this is...
Butch Queen Q?
Yeah, maybe this is regional. Maybe it's local.
Yeah. Maybe it's for locals.
Oh, I love that.
It's great. So great. It's like a thing that's out there that makes me crack up every single time, I don't know why it's funny.
It's very funny. The way it's said was just like, locals?
Who knows? Can someone explain why it's funny? Why that Lady Gaga quote is so funny?
It just is.
It just is.
Yes, LOL. Okay, great. Okay. So it's Australian. We love Australia. Even though I hear there are scary animals there. But Montana says it's not that scary. She seems to be having fun in Australia.
But you were just in a country with some scary... Well, yeah, there's scary animals in Australia. A little tiny dog will eat your baby.
I know, and I don't want that.
You don't want that.
I don't have a baby, but...
Yeah, Lindy Chamberlain was her name. She was in prison for a very long time. Terrible police work, the usual.
She was actually in prison
She was, and she was pregnant in prison. And so she had a baby in prison and then came out when the little... Her, daughter was like 4 or something. So there's a scene in the movie where like she has to like introduce herself to her daughter. It's really
people
sad.
do the police or like the government apologize to her after they found out that this is not true?
I don't know.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know Mariah's Pride playlist. I am too. I'm literally just begging for it to be all dance mixes, and I'm hoping that nothing is the original version of the song. I want it all to be like my all dance mix, fantasy def club mix. Like the gays want to dance.
The gays want to dance.
Give them something to dance. So I guess this time next week we'll know.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. This time next week. Oh yeah. And it's also the Tony Awards. How are you watching the Tony Awards?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you want to watch them together?
Sure.
Okay. Great.
What time is it? Like 5?
I forget if they're airing live this year. I think they are. They aired live last year, I think.
If they're not, I mean, if it starts at like 8.
Yeah. I think they aired live last year. And so I came because I remember coming here after the Tony Awards.
Have the wins changed at all? Like who we think are going to win the Tonys? Like, do we think it's still Kimberly Akimbo-Tier?
I think so. Okay. Yeah. I don't think the Tonys aren't really like the Oscars where there's like really like a bunch of like precursor awards that like help sway energies and buzz anywhere. So yeah, it's kind of like here are the nominees. These are the front runners.
These are the front runners.
Good luck, everyone.
I'm dying to know. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, they did. It's perceived as a national mistake in Australia. Yeah.
Okay.
As it should be, truly.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Meryl could bring that to light.
Oh, and she has this haircut. It's iconic.
What year is it? 81, you said?
88.
88.
Yeah.
Oh, what a year, 88.
It sure was.
Yeah.
Don't point to me.
She was born then.
Don't point to me.
That's when you were born.
You
can be proud of that. Oh my God, the lies.
I'm proud of everything about myself, but it doesn't need to be disclosed to the public that I'm about to turn 35.
I know. A whole new time for you. How's that feel?
It feels fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, I'm in a lot of pain.
Well, you'll have to tell the people on the podcast. We have to explain what's happening over here. But you're doing okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm filled with painkillers.
Cool.
Actually, not really. I've only took some the day of.
Okay.
Yeah. So
did they give you anything? Like, was it like a crazy painkiller that we've heard of? Or what was it?
We've heard.
What
of
was it?
I mean, I got 2 different painkillers.
Tell us.
And it's I'm on. I just got like a strong ibuprofen and I have oxycodone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be safe.
I am being safe, and also I only like took one like
epidemic.
the day of.
There's an epidemic.
So now I have like all this extra. And I'm like, what do I do with this? And I'm like jumping in the toilet.
I know. That's what you have to do, or someone's gonna try to buy it off you, and then you'll be tempted to sell.
And then I really will, because baby girl needs to pay her rent.
Don't buy drugs from Matt Steele.
No, I will not. I'm dumping it down the toilet, so you're gonna have to go through my sewer system if you want it.
I won't be doing that. Have y'all talked about Spider-Verse yet? No. But we're honestly just talking about the box office success of it. I have not seen it yet, but we will do it once we start the podcast in about 15 minutes or so.
Sure.
Stay tuned.
Didn't the Tonys do something weird last year where some things were online only? Are they doing that again? Yeah, there was like a pre-show, but like they've done that before in years prior, where they would air like the first like 10 awards, like creative awards, like a little earlier on like Paramount Plus only, or years ago it was PBS only,
right.
And then at 8 o'clock CBS would air the other awards, like the acting awards and all that kind of stuff.
Did you not like that they did that last year?
I actually like it because I would rather have that than have awards like not be aired, which is what they would sometimes do instead of having like a full like televised ceremony of the creative awards.
Okay.
So I actually prefer that than not airing the awards and then just like during like after commercial breaks, just like showing like 10-second clips of each winner's speech.
Right.
Because I like winners having their airtime.
Yeah, having their moments.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's rooting for your drug dealer era.
No, I'm very anti-drug, guys.
Well, he just took one though. How anti-drug is he really?
I mean, I had the doctor told me to.
I'm kidding with you. You're fine.
And also, like, I don't feel it. like I've been on like Percocet before, like when I had the surgeries on my feet, and I really just it doesn't affect me.
Were you still in the same amount of pain?
No. The pain wasn't
that's
there.
good.
Yeah. Like it helps with the pain, but like I'm just like I don't know what everyone's.
I mean, I assume when people take it and they don't need it, that's when people get high and weird.
I guess, and also I guess like if like they take more than one.
Yes, exactly. Take more than they're prescribed, because it's like when I remember when kids would take Ritalin as kids. And they needed it. It was like they were fine, but sometimes people take Ritalin and they don't need it, and that's when that's when some stuff happens. Also, I want Audra McDonald to win another Tony. Is she nominated?
Is she? Oh yeah, she is nominated this year for leading actress in a play.
Oh, plays.
Yeah, it was a play that like literally was on like open a year ago.
I remember Plays.
Yeah, remember Plays?
I do. I think the last play I saw was 222. That like
horror play.
Yeah, I saw that.
Steel is getting ready to sell drugs to so many locals. Hey guys, have y'all kept up with any Renaissance tour videos? I mean,
if one comes across me, I watch it.
I'll pop it open.
I'm trying not to be like fully spoiled by the time September rolls around, but I don't turn away. Don't turn away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like rewatch the same things over and over again.
No. Don't want to memorize.
Remember when Leah Michelle sang "Don't Rain on My Parade" at the Tonys and was trying to get all smiley on Jay-Z and Beyonce gave her? Did she?
I have no memory of that. When were Beyonce and Jay-Z at the Tonys?
It was the 2010 Tony Awards.
Oh,
they were rough.
Why?
It was just like a lot of like TV and film and music celebrity Dick sucking. I didn't. What's the other? Sucking up. Sucking up.
Hopefully, little Riley's not watching this week.
and there was like Hunter Foster that year started like a Facebook group. Remember those?
Yes.
Like
Who's
saying
Hunter Foster?
Sutton Foster's brother.
Oh. Okay.
And it was called "Give the Tonys Back to Broadway," which was like about like how literally like every person highlighted at the Tonys that year was just like a television or film celebrity, and like it wasn't a great ceremony, but
they could have done that the year that Mean Girls was nominated and got shut out of every fucking Tony. They should have given Tina Fey that award, Best Book of a Musical.
The book of the Band's Visit is excellent. So,
I don't know The Band's Visit.
Well, the book is excellent. The book is great.
Great.
Yeah, I remember they aired Best Book of a Musical on TV that year.
Yes.
Because they were kind of like, Tina Fey's probably going to win.
Yes.
And then she didn't. And so people were watching. They were probably like, who's this random guy?
Oh, my God.
And I was like, get him.
It was like that year then, it's Chadwick Boseman, right, who was the best actor, and they made it be the last award that was given.
Oh
at the
man,
Oscars.
you just triggered my PTSD.
I mean, what do you think makes you more uncomfortable, that or the La La Land Moonlight snafu?
They're uncomfortable in different ways.
Yes.
The La La Land Moonlight snafu was like, no one's fault here. That Oscars where they like put Best Actor after Best Picture, they actively made a choice to do that. Like that. They did. That's was so rough.
It's just like, to me, I get that you don't want people to know who the winner was. Well, then if that's the case, don't make choices about your award show based on assuming who the winner is, or you're going to get in that kind of situation.
Yes. And like, guys, Best Picture is the big award.
Period.
That is the last award to be given out. Period. Point blank. That is like, I don't care ratings, XYZ, whatever. Like, if you think people will tune out after the Best Actor, then put it right before Best Picture.
Right.
Like, Best Picture is the most lauded, respected award.
And this is how I feel about Album of the Year as well. There were a couple of years the Grammys kept putting Record of the Year at the end. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I think that's stupid too. But at least like Record of the Year, it's like, it's a different, like, it's like, at least like there is some merit to being like considered the best song of the year, you know?
Sure, but album is like, it's like
bigger.
It's the bigger thing. It's like you're celebrating this performance in Best Actor that's a part of the Best Picture, so it coming second makes sense. You're celebrating the song that's a part of an album.
Yeah.
Album being last makes sense.
Yeah. The Moonlight year was my first Oscar season, and I was like, that's a great year to have as your first like Oscar season that you follow. Yeah. That was a very fun year. In terms of following the Oscar race.
That was an intense moment. I mean, I liked how it all ended.
Ooh, I had a heart attack. I liked
freaking
out. Remember the slap? Oh, man.
Oh, I don't. I've blocked the slap out.
The Oscars are wild, guys.
So they're either wild or very boring. Those are like the two speeds of the Oscars, in my opinion.
Have you two reacted to any of Madison Beer's new stuff? We have a Madison Beer discography review.
Back when we did those, we don't anymore. Don't request one.
Is it on our main channel or was it patron only?
Might be patron only.
I don't know. YouTube 2Gay Matt's Madison Beer.
Yeah, you might find something. Nothing too new. It was like her.
It was like 2021
older stuff where she was,
I remember GOOD-ing Goodbye. I liked that song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Was that the EP or album where she was kind of doing some Ariana stuff on it? Whenever I think of Madison Beer, I think of Ariana.
I feel like a little bit. Yeah, I have to revisit. Madison Beer because I remember liking her stuff.
Right.
Hot take: Kristen Chenoweth should have won the Tony. Galinda carries that show. I mean, for a while that year, 2004, Kristen Chenoweth was the frontrunner for Best Leading Actress in a Musical. That was the year where, like, at some point, every single woman in that category was considered the frontrunner.
Wow.
It was very exciting. She has a new album coming out soon. She's released about 4 singles so far. 4 singles and the album hasn't come out.
Sounds like Kelly Clarkson. I do think that's just a weird new trend of like we're putting so many pre-release songs out. If one does well, we'll make it the single. Like it's just I would love clarity on what the single actually is.
Yeah.
And it feels like it kind of started with Thank You Next. Like she had put out Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored. Like the day the album came out, and that was after Seven Rings was already a hit, and after Thank You Next was already a hit.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then I think, were there even other singles after that?
I don't know.
No real ones. There was one like, I did an In My Head video for Vogue. It's like, that's not real.
She has a new album.
Oh, right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I hope Madison Beer's happy, and I want her to be well.
Seems very nice.
Seems like a nice
She's
young
very pretty.
lady. Very pretty.
In my opinion, Cheno lost because Adina didn't have a Tony, and she did. I mean,
did she already have a Tony at that point?
Yeah, Kristen Chenoweth won featured actress in a musical in
Snoopy.
1999 for You're Gonna Man Charlie Brown for playing Sally. Snoopy is a different musical.
They're all the same to me.
Snoopy has never been on Broadway. You're Gonna Man Charlie Brown has.
I didn't know Snoopy was an actual musical.
There is a musical called Snoopy.
Is it good?
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised you haven't been cast in it.
I know, me too.
If there's anything people like to do, it's cast Matt Steele as Snoopy.
Yep. Or Charlie Brown. I've played Charlie Brown before.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know which one I was better at.
Oh, I think I saw you as Snoopy.
You saw me as Snoopy. They were both such deep performances.
The depth really came
I really
through.
dug deep.
You really did.
For those ones.
Too deep, too deep.
Exactly.
Did We Belong Together get out too soon? I mean, top 4 is good. Oh, sorry. We weren't supposed to give spoilers to that video. But Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, yeah.
Stating the obvious, but still, yes. Jake has a point, no pun intended. What's the pun?
Yeah.
Do you get the pun?
Let me see what Jake said.
He said Adina.
Because Adina didn't have a Tony at all. Jake has a point.
It's a thinker.
Jake. Is that some sort of sexual thing you're making up?
Is Jake Point a person?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Explain yourself, singer.
Please.
Unless it's inappropriate, then don't explain yourself.
Right. Those are the two options.
Just
explain
send us an
yourself or
emoji
do
of a
not.
smiley face.
Yes. I'll take a smiley.
Yeah.
I accept all smileys.
We accept innuendo here
Yes.
in the chat, but anything too overt, the moderators will shut that down.
And the moderators are here.
This is a PG-13 experience, this live stream. Oh.
I mean, language.
I did say the word dick like a couple minutes ago. I said dicks.
Yeah, you
Woo!
did. You did. I remember you used to not say curse words on the YouTube, but
I remember that.
Change.
Things change.
Things change.
We grow up.
When I grow up.
Magic wand. Oh, okay. We said send an emoji if there was an innuendo singer. Watched that random Idina Menzel doc last night, which is all build up her just being a Josh Groban support act. What? Oh, magic wand. Oh, wait, what is? I don't understand the magic wand thing, guys.
Does Glinda have a magic wand?
No.
Oh, well, then I'm out.
Oh, wait. No, she has like a little staff. Like, but it's not magic, I don't think. Is it? I'll change my last name to Point just so.
Glinda's line is magic
works.
Wands need they have a point. Oh, is there a line?
Oh, there's a line in Wicked. Magic wands need they have a point. Okay,
gotcha.
gotcha.
All right. I'm
Okay,
with you.
I love Wicked. I'm not like a Wicked head enough to know like the dialogue.
Adam Parnell would have known.
Adam Parnell would know. Steele just said dick sucking, and then this is.
Thank you, Rich. I'm right there with you. It's Sunday night. I love that Sunday night's the freaky time. I don't think that's true. I think it's still the Lord's Day, even into the night.
Yeah, right, guys. Jesus is watching. This is a religious channel now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't foresee that.
We're here to shame all of you.
Yes, we're just trying to lure people in by saying we're gay, but it's like, don't be gay. Could you imagine?
This has been our plan for 10 years.
It's really the longest con there's ever been.
And now it's coming out.
I'm coming out.
Hey. I have seen it 43 times.
Oh my gosh. That's fandom. Are you going to see,
Wow.
isn't this year an anniversary of Wicked? Aren't they doing like a 20th or?
Yeah, October 30th. It'll be the 20-year anniversary.
Wow.
Or 31st. 30th, I think, because it was Mischief Night. Did your favorite song change in the gag order? I mean, it's still Peace and Quiet and
Hate Me Harder. Yeah, no,
my two
they did not
favorites.
change for me. But I've listened to it a couple more times. It's good. I think Cynthia will get her EGOT when Wicked comes out.
But will she win it for Wicked Part 1 and Wicked Part 2?
So wait, does she have all the other things non-Oscar?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Because she has a Grammy for The Color Purple, Tony Award, and I guess she has an Emmy.
Yeah, she has an Emmy.
If that's what Butch says. Madison used to be with Scooter, similar situation to Taylor, but she ended up not re-recording, and she left because he was pushing her to have that Ariana sound.
Oh.
Life Support's very different, and she released it after she separated from her. I think Life Support was an album we reviewed.
That sounds like what we listened
to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How much music does she have? What's she re-recording? Part 2 for No Good Deed Alone.
Yeah. But part 1 has Defying Gravity and The Wizard and I, and I'm Not That Girl.
Oh, which you know is my song. So I love all those songs.
And Act 2 for Glinda has that bridge in Thank Goodness, which is the acting highlight of the musical Wicked, period, point blank.
I like For Good. Hateful.
For Good, guys, is a skip.
Wow. Do you hear him?
It's nice. It's a perfectly nice song. It's a little adult contemporary. We could stick this in any show.
I disagree with you.
I don't know. And suddenly they're talking about metaphors where they're two best friends about to say goodbye and they're like, let's talk about comets. Like, I don't know. It's nice though.
You hate a metaphor in a musical song. Because you don't like I Miss the Mountains.
Because people don't speak in metaphor in like real life. I don't know.
She won an Emmy for the Color Purple performance on the Tonys. Wow. Or the Color Purple on daytime TV. Well, still counts as an Emmy.
She won an Emmy for the Color Purple performance. You don't win Emmys for Tony performances.
No, she says that on daytime TV. Grace says. Jake says that, but Grace says it was on daytime TV. So.
Oh, okay.
You guys more excited for the Color Purple movie or the Wicked movie? Personally, right now, Color Purple, but we have a full legit trailer for it. So I don't know what the Wicked movie is gonna give. I'm not the biggest Wicked person. I think it has some great singles and a lot of album tracks, but I'll be seeing both.
I'm excited for Wicked because I like Wicked, but only one of those movies is starring my favorite live performer ever. So, well, besides Carol Channing.
I was going to say Carol.
Besides Carol, of course. But Carol can no longer be in movies. If it was The Color Purple starring Carol Channing, though. Oh, she would make such a brilliant Shug Avery. Oh, my God.
Who's Shug Avery in the movie?
Taraji.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
But I don't know if...
Yeah.
she said she has some... black
she's
her.
She's a quarter black, but I don't think she would be appropriately cast in the movie.
No.
But like if we were doing like non-traditional casting, which I don't think would go over well for the Color Purple.
I don't think it would.
Optically, that would be rough, but
just performance.
Carol Channing as Shug Avery would be fucking rad.
Well, you'd be first in line.
I
first
would.
and only. Hi, Ty. Never too late. Yeah, I think Color Purple for me, but maybe I'll see that Wicked trailer whenever it comes out and be over the moon with it.
Yeah.
But that Color Purple trailer.
At this point, the fans could create like the Wicked trailer because they've got enough like download footage.
Has there been more leaks from a set than the Wicked movie?
Yeah.
It's like every day there's an update, at least on the Discord and the Wicked movie channel. I'm like, oh, that makes me think there's another leak.
Yeah.
How many leaks?
Oh. Do you think like this is like what like Marvel culture is like when like there are leaks of like Marvel set stuff and everything, and like just in those circles they're always sharing them, and like there's some discords with channels about like all the leaks for those.
I didn't realize that there were so many leaks for Marvel movies.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
I loved your Tovlo Dirt Femme video. Grapefruit really is the one. It's great.
Excellent. I've been MIA. I needed a week to recuperate from my Celtics losing horribly in the playoffs. They didn't lose horribly. I watched some of those games because I am, of course, mask. And they came back from a 3-0. They were down 3-0, and then they won 3 games in a row, the Celtics.
I also saw that game, but that is because I, of course, work at a restaurant, and it was on TV behind me.
But then they lost like the game 7 or whatever. But I feel like coming back from down from 0 and then you won 3 in a row, that's still, you should be proud of that. I don't know. I feel like people get too upset. And I guess this is the whole point of sports, but like someone has to lose.
Sure. I just hope both teams have fun.
And they really made it a close, match up the final area or whatever.
Yeah.
All 7 of those games were.
It was exciting.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics did all right. What made you become a Fantasia stan?
I saw her perform.
That will do it.
I saw her on her season of American Idol, and I was like, that's the one.
And you've like never strayed from Fantasia.
Oh my God, no. Once you have innate talent like that, you don't lose it ever.
How can you? Yeah, this is exactly what Marvel culture is like. Interesting. What performances are y'all excited to see next week on the Tonys? The Kimberly Akimbo, whatever they do for that. I'm very excited. I also assume Alex Newell is going to perform from Shug.
I would assume that's the number they're performing. Do you think Mariah is going to be at the Tonys?
I could see it either way. Where are they? Are they in LA?
Are the Tonys in LA?
Well, because Mariah will have just done done Pride.
Bitch, the Tonys are not in LA.
Well, why
the
would I know?
Tonys are in New York.
Why would I know that?
Well, like, what do you mean? Why would you know that? They literally perform a Sunday matinee that morning and then go to the Tony Awards.
That's great. Why would I know that?
Because that's literally common sense.
Literally couldn't care less about the Tonys. Let me explain that to you. I feel like that's not come across. But yeah, no, Mariah won't fly across the country.
No,
for the
she's
Tonys
not yet.
From Pride.
I forgot that Mariah will be here, Tony.
Yeah, I'll still be here. We'll just be hanging out.
Yeah.
This is a weird convo, not following the sports talk at all. Wow, guess we're just too sporty. Sorry, too masked. That's us.
Listen, we encourage. We need something for the Jamies to listen to on this channel. We got to keep them around.
In the words of Herm Edwards. Who's Herm Edwards?
Herm Edwards.
You play to win the game. Still love them though. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they won 3 in a row. I'm of course masked. Gave me the same energy as so many locals. It's the same vibe. Fantasia's season was incredible, and Alex will win. Mariah needs to be there. She's not going. The Tonys are in LA. Oh, Grace, how would I know?
That's one of the dumber questions you've asked in a while.
I literally do not care about the Tonys. I go to my theater shows, and then the Tonys happen. I watch them. I never think about them again.
Okay, but that's like, it's like me saying like, oh, I really don't care about the British monarchy. Does it say New York's Tonys at the front of it? Does the Queen live in England?
Does it say New York's Tonys in front of it? Because what you just said was British monarchy. So you're...
Well, like, I'm specifically, like, referring to the British monarchy.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying didn't make sense?
Okay, literally, this is an objective fact that what you said was stupid.
I'm just hearing it. I'm hearing it and that you said it was wrong. And that's okay. I forgive you.
Y'all vote below.
I forgive you.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's so good. It's so good of me. I want Julia Lester to win so aggressively. Who's Julia Lester? Uh-oh.
I forget.
I can look her up.
Is she? I'm assuming she's nominated for featured actress. Yeah, but
I assume Bonnie's gonna win that too. Oh, she's a young.
Oh, she's Little Red Riding Hood. She was Little Red Riding Hood in the Into the Woods.
Oh, great! And she was in High School Musical, the musical series.
That's like what she's from.
So she's Olivia Rodrigo's friend.
Yeah.
The Wiz cast is getting revealed. When today?
No, it was already.
Oh, who's in it?
Some people. Like no one
that we
not like
know,
huge
really?
like names. Yeah.
Little Red.
Julia Lester.
Yeah.
I thought you were like looking up to be
No.
What's Little Red?
No. There's
But the way you said it and then you lifted up your phone, I was like, oh, we were just talking about Little Red.
No. All right, are we done?
Okay, that was giving Azalea Banks energy. They say you write music for gays, and she's like, I do.
That's a great fucking quote. I love that. Yeah, it's like, yes.
So what now?
Did you guys hear that the Barbie movie used so much pink paint on their set it caused a global shortage of pink paint? I did read that. That was a news story I skipped over when looking. There's not a lot of news because, I guess it's a cute sentence.
Sure,
but what do we say after that?
I mean, I'm looking at some of the news stories we have now, and I'm like, what do I have to say about this?
I'm excited for you to vamp. It'll be fun for all involved. Avery Wilson is the Scarecrow. Oh, Avery Wilson's an incredible vocalist.
Who's Avery Wilson?
He's a singer on mostly on Instagram and TikTok and things, and he's got incredible voice.
Okay, good for him.
Yes, we love him. All right,
the Scarecrow. That's the role I always say you should play. In The Wiz.
All right.
You make a great Scarecrow.
Thank you.
When years ago, he was like, what role in musical theater do you think I would be great as? And I was like, oh, the Scarecrow in The Wiz. Like, you're perfect for that. And you were just like, why not Cole House in Ragtime? And I'm just like,
I can be Cole House.
Okay, but Cole House is like a baritone.
I can be a baritone. I can be a baritone.
I can be a baritone.
I just have to lower it. I can do that. It's called range. They couldn't CGI the paint. I guess not. All right, should we start recording?
Sure, why not? Okay, warning, y'all.
Yes.
Not a lot of news this week.
Yes, up front, we're going to tell you there's not a lot of news, but there's a lot of fun and a lot of joy and a lot of friendship.
And a lot of gayness because it's Pride.
Yes, happy Pride to you all.
Happy Pride.
If you're listening, if you're, in the queer community, or if you're just an ally. I assume if you're a hater, you wouldn't be listening to a show called Two Gay Mads, right?
Maybe they're listening because they would just want to be furious. They like the adrenaline they get from listening to a couple of homosexuals scream about Olivia Rodrigo.
We still get paid for hate listens, so thank you for being here as well.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
You can go to www.patreon.com patreon.com/2gaymats to support us, haters, so you can watch a bunch of bonus material and be furious.
I wonder if there are people who out there like hate subscribing to a Patreon. That'd be very funny.
I would love that.
I mean, you'd have to be very rich to do that.
Yeah, but
it's like that costs money.
But hey, they're committed in their hatred. And you know how rich people are bored. They'll spend their money on anything.
That is very true.
Yeah,
if you're rich and bored and hate us, patreon.com/2gaymats is the place for you.
We love bored, rich, homophobes.
Yes. Do you want to start?
Okay, sure. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another 2 Gay Mats podcast. It's Matt Steele.
It's Matt Palmer.
Guys, June is busting out all over.
It really is.
I love the tens. Iconic.
Is that a song?
Oh. June is busting out all over, and the Leslie Uggams video of her like messing up the lyrics.
Oh.
You know, iconic.
It sounds iconic for sure.
The fact that we've been doing 2 Gay Mats for 10 years and I've not instilled this knowledge on you is just embarrassing, and it's my fault.
That's okay. I, again, forgive you.
You know what? That's my goal for the next 10 years is to get that in your system and in your memory. It's fine. Matt Palmer, how was your week?
My week was good. I recovered from my sickness. Remember, I was sick last week. But I'm feeling much better now, and this weekend was very good. On Friday, I went and saw The Little Mermaid with Jackson and my friends Joe and Tim. We'll be talking about it a bit later.
Okay.
And I also, on Saturday, had more theater elite moments, and I went and saw Six at the Pantages, which was super, super fun. And if you haven't seen Six, we have a patron-requested review of the cast recording, and the show is pretty much that. Like, it's concert style. They interact with one another on stage, but I wouldn't say there's like a story per se. It's more all of Henry VIII's former wives discussing how their marriage went with Henry, and just trying to be like, okay, which one of us had it the roughest, and like audience gets to vote, but then things change at the end. I won't spoil for you, but they all come together.
Wait, so I didn't know if like the audience like votes.
They don't really, but like that's like the pitch of the show is like, you guys listen to all these stories and see which one of us had it the worst, but then the last wife is like, is this what we should be doing?
Who would you have voted for? Which wife had it the roughest?
I mean, I think probably one of the two that were beheaded.
Okay.
I think they really got beheaded. So to me, that does seem bad.
Yeah.
But it seems like a tough life for all of them, you know?
Oh, God. Like hundreds of years ago, it was a tough life for everybody.
It really was. Well, there was one, I think a very funny song and moment is the one girl who sings Get Down, whose her life was like, oh, I got sent away because, Holbein painted me more beautiful than I actually am, and Henry sent me away to live in a castle and do whatever I wanted with a bunch of money. And so I was like, that sounds great.
Is that not the dream?
That literally is the dream. And so I loved that for her. But everyone else's stories were pretty tough. But yeah, it's a great show. It's very like, if you love pop music or if you love, Henry VIII and the story of his 6 wives, then this could be something for you.
If you love Henry VIII.
If you love Henry VIII, then I have the musical for you.
That's the thing I do like about Six a lot is like you can tell that the people who wrote it, the two writers who wrote it, really love both pop music and musical theater.
Absolutely.
Like it's like a Lin-Manuel Miranda situation where it's like you can tell they have such reverence for both mediums.
Absolutely.
And so it really works really well. It's not like a musical theater writer trying to write pop music, or worse, a pop writer trying to write musical theater.
Have you ever,
which actually does occasionally work.
I was going to say, have you ever seen a show where a pop writer wrote the music for it and you were like, this does not work because you are not following the rules of musical theater?
I mean, the thing is, like, the rules of musical theater, like, kind of go out the window if the shit is great.
Yeah,
as long as the song slaps and the story is compelling, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, these rules, like, can be broken at any time.
Those rules aren't real.
As with any sort of art form. But I mean, like, I shouldn't say, like, Elton John writes great musical theater and all that stuff. And I mean, the 2 guys from ABBA wrote Chess, ladies and gentlemen. So we love Chess here at 2 Gay Mats, or I love Chess here at 2 Gay Mats. Don't understand anything that's happening in Chess, but I just know I love it, and I moved. Yeah.
And I loved Toni Braxton and Aida, and that's Elton John wrote that, right?
Yeah, he did.
Right.
I was about to be like, what musical did Toni Braxton write?
She did not write it, but man, I saw her perform it in New York back in the day, and I was like, yes, I can't hear a consonant.
No.
I love it. But those tones, man.
The tones.
They must have lowered every song for her.
Oh, sure, of course.
Excellent.
It's like when she was Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
It's suddenly just like, oh, Belle is now a tenor.
That's the thing. It's beyond alto. It's fully tenor.
Yeah.
And I love her.
Yeah.
Matt Steele, how was your week?
Oh, I'm also in the process of recovering.
Yes.
Because baby girl had surgery on her hands this week.
We can see, if you're looking at this, you can see it. His hand is wrapped up. It's true.
I'm hand modeling for you. Here's the front.
Beautiful
here's
work.
The back. Thank you. And
Welcome.
unfortunately, is my left hand, which is my dominant hand, because I'm left-handed.
That's because you're so creative.
I'm so special.
So very special.
And so I months ago I told you all that I went to the doctor because there was a lump on my hand, and my primary care physician was like, "This is a ganglion cyst."
Right.
And so I was like, "Okay." So then I got referred to an orthopedist. The orthopedist was like, "This isn't a ganglion cyst. I don't know what this is, but this is an epidermal. This looks like an epidermal inclusion, which is kind of essentially like a cyst where like a piece of skin gets inside your skin and it keeps growing or whatever."
Okay.
And so I finally got it cut out on Friday. And it was a very exciting experience. That
you keep describing it as exciting, which I find surprising.
I would rather have done this than go to work.
Okay, sure.
Because it was something new and fresh. And
I don't know if getting a surgery on your hand is new and fresh, but I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. So the doctor numbed me up and everything, and then I went into the room. I laid down on my back, and they put the stuff on me and washed me down and all this stuff, and I was fully awake,
Yes.
and I knew what was happening, and they wrapped the elastic thing around my hand to stop the blood flow. They wrapped it around my arm, which was honestly the most painful part by a mile, because my arms are really hairy.
Oh, yeah, they
so anytime something is put on my arm that can be sticky, I'm fucked. Those when you go to an event and those the wristbands that stick on you. Always the worst experience in my life. But yeah, so that was the most painful part of it. And so he cuts me open, and the way I knew the doctor had me cut open at this point was because immediately he looked at it and he goes, "Oh, this isn't an epidermal inclusion at all."
What? Oh my God, what an awful thing to hear.
And the last thing you want to hear when you're being cut open is, "Oh, this isn't going as I expected it to be going."
What is it?
And so he looks at it, he's like, "I don't know what this is."
Jesus Christ.
And he was like, "It's kind of bluish and pinkish and purplish in color." And I was like, "Well, yeah, you could kind of see that through my hand." And so he was like, "This looks like a hemangioma, which is essentially a benign tumor of blood vessels."
Okay.
And so, he's working away, and it was a fairly quick procedure. It was probably 12 minutes.
Okay, that's
he
not
was
bad.
digging in me, and so and I didn't feel anything.
I was gonna say.
I did probably 7 minutes in start to feel just someone tugging in the insides, which is not a sensation anyone wants to feel.
Did you say anything to him? Or
No, I just kept my cool.
Wow.
I was just it didn't hurt. I just sort of felt tugging of things that have never been tugged before. And so I was
happy pride.
I was happy pride. And so I was like, I'm just not going to pay attention to this. It's going to be over soon. And so then they were stitching me up and everything. And he showed me what it was. He was like, this is what it was. And it was a tiny little ball of, it was purplish, it looked like a little ball of jelly kind of. And it was purple for pride. and immediately I just screamed, "She's cuter than I imagined."
Oh my God.
I was like, "She's real tiny." And he's like, "Yeah, it's tinier than I thought it would be too." And I was like, "Okay, great." So they're going to go have that tested to make sure I don't have anything weird.
Right.
And yeah, it was real fun. And so now I'm just learning how to live life with just my right hand, which is not easy.
Have you had to write or do things with the right hand that you're not used to doing?
I don't do anything with my right hand.
So everything is something you're not used to doing?
Everything is a challenge. I can lightly hold a pen. So I was at work today and I was able to write a little bit. Yeah, it's interesting. Brushing your teeth with your right hand is a challenge, and getting in the shower, I have to put the bag over my arm,
Jackson had that.
and I had to lift it above my head and doing this is what my hair looks like when I do it with one hand. And honestly, it's kind of a slay.
It looks good.
I should do my hair with one hand more often because it's really working.
Right.
And yeah, so that's just sort of my life at this moment. I can start getting my hand wet on Tuesday, which I'm excited for.
When do you take the wrap off?
I don't know.
Okay.
I imagine I'll have it on for a little while.
Okay.
Even if I can get it wet, I'll still re-wrap it up and everything.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm excited to see what it looks like, and I'm excited to see how big the incision was because I really can't tell. I don't know.
I
I hope it's teeny tiny.
I hope so too. The thing is, I don't think it's going to be something where you're gonna like look at your hand and see like a giant scar or anything. It's just like a little bit of a line.
I ordered my Mederma to try to get the scar to fade and everything.
But it's your hand. Like it's not like you're a hand model. It'll be fine.
I mean, like that does take me out of the running for a lot of commercial work. So
what? They can put makeup on a hand.
I mean,
cover it up.
Yeah, but I mean, they like for commercial auditions, they tell you like turn to both sides and then show your hands.
Why hands specifically?
In case you're
like holding a product.
Especially if you're like holding like a burger or something. They want to make sure there are no scars on your hand. But girl, you think I've ever booked commercials anyway? I booked one commercial. Oh, sorry, two in my LA career.
Yes.
One was to be a leprechaun in a PS4 commercial.
Oh, I remember that commercial.
Yeah, and I was real good at it, but it didn't get released, and so I didn't get footage of it. And then another one was the commercial that I booked SAG. I joined SAG for, which is a Febreze commercial. So yeah, I don't foresee myself being a hugely successful commercial actor anytime soon with these stitches in my hands, but we'll see.
I think it could happen. I think they might want someone a little different. And
a little edgy.
A little edgy. Yeah, you just got into a fight, a bar fight. What can you do?
Yeah, this is my mask era.
Exactly. I think we're both starting our mask era starring Pride this year, which I think is really beautiful.
Yeah, I have scars on my hands.
Yes.
I could be a mechanic.
I know. You're working out with your hands.
With my hands.
With your hands.
Yes.
Okay, so should we jump into the news for idiots?
Must we?
I mean, it's going to be about 2 minutes, so everyone buckle up. There's not a lot of news this week, but you know what? I think our friendship is going to take us to the end of the podcast.
Yeah, well,
right?
And we know how to vamp with each other.
We can vamp for sure. Samantha is going to be back for one scene only in Sex and the City in the season 2 of And Just Like That. It has been announced by Variety that Kim Cattrall will reprise her iconic role as Samantha Jones in the season 2 finale of And Just Like That. Max's revival of Sex and the City. It's only a cameo. She shot it, I believe, with I need to look up the lady's name, but it's with the fashion designer who worked on, or stylist who worked on Sex and the City and did not get hired to work on it just like that. The scene is her on the phone, I assume, with Carrie. She is not shot with any of her former castmates, no Sarah Jessica Parker or the other two. She also did not interact even with the showrunner, Michael Patrick King. She's like, I don't want to be around him either. And I'm excited for all of the people that could stomach that show to get this, because I feel like that's obviously a big missing piece of what And Just Like That could be for people. But I also am excited mostly about the fact that she just posted a screenshot of this article on her Instagram and said, "Happy Pride, Rainbow." And it's like, I love that she's doing it for the gays.
You can literally post anything on your social media and just write Happy Pride, and the gays would be like, yes, I get it.
I mean, it was announced June 1st.
I want to know how much she's getting paid.
It's got to be buckets and buckets of money.
Good for her.
For like 30 minutes of work. Why? That should be us.
Yeah. Like, what is this cameo going to be? Is it going to be like a 2-liner? Is it going to be like an extensive, deep character cameo, like my work in Dahmer?
I
hefty 2 minutes.
I honestly think it could be Dahmer length. I think if you and she would have done a similar amount of work, except you were interacting with someone else on set. She, I believe, is just going to be on the phone in a park.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be Dahmer length, and who knows? I assume she'll get a little more than you got for Dahmer. No shade.
Yeah, no shade.
But I foresee that for her.
Okay. The question is she getting an Emmy nomination?
That would be wild. Could you imagine?
I would love it if it was like a 2-minute scene of her, of just like the most Emmy-worthy work, like tears, screaming, throwing up, laughing, like everything. And it could be. I mean, Hermione Baddeley got nominated for an Oscar for supporting actress for A Room at the Top for like, oh God, it's like 2 minutes of screen time.
Wow.
Like barely.
Well, if it happens, I will be most excited for her avoiding her former castmates and
at
former
the
showrun
Emmys.
At the Emmys.
Iconic.
Like, that's the part 2 we need of this feud. So I, will likely not be watching this season of And Just Like That, but I will be watching that scene just to see how weirdly cut together it is. And I can't wait.
It's going to be, the lighting is going to be completely different from the rest of the movie.
Absolutely it will.
Because it'll like, it probably have been recorded like 3 months prior,
right.
A whole different crew.
Can't wait.
I love it.
Can't wait. In other news, Ezra Miller updates. You know, our favorite updates from this person who was essentially on a crime spree, lest we forget, but he's still starring in The Flash, which is coming out, I assume, soon. And it has been announced that if there's a sequel to The Flash, Ezra Miller will not be recast, despite the fact that he has, you know, been on a crime run. They're going to continue. They've really put 10 toes down for Ezra and, you know, a choice. And Ezra also won't be doing any promotion for The Flash. They will appear at the world premiere for photo ops. There'll be no interviewing. There'll be no magazine articles. Essentially, they don't want to distract from the film itself. But to me, it's not like, if you cannot, like, I don't know. For me, it's like, why go see this movie if you know that this person is like truly a menace to society? Like, I get it. You're a Marvel head. You want to see all of the different iterations of Marvel things. Or is this DC? Who the fuck knows?
It's DC.
Great.
I think.
So there aren't DC. I guess there are DC heads, but there are like 8 of them. All those movies flop and are really bad, right? So
no, the Batmans do well.
The Batman. Oh yeah, you like that latest Batman?
The most recent Batman I thought was excellent.
Great.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of like Justice League kind of stuff.
Sure. Okay.
I feel like people didn't like that. But I just can't imagine that their performance in this film is so good that it requires all of this.
I mean, also, guys, there's going to be so many more Flash movies. Like, you can see the other ones, you know? But the great thing about this is we need a new person for the Flash now, because the Flash is, I guess, slightly queer. And I now have battle wounds, proven battle wounds. So, like, don't you want a Flash with some scars on his hands? To show like, oh, he's been really punching him out. I guess flashily.
The only way this will happen is if the Flash underperforms with Ezra Miller. Because if it does very well, there's no way they're recasting them then. But if it does poorly, you could slide right in.
Yeah.
Hello?
How do I do that?
And I don't foresee you going on a crime spree either, which I think is another pro.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. I wouldn't want to put you in a corner.
I'm still very young.
Yeah.
Who knows, like, if I could, like, enter a new era of my life where I suddenly become furious at everyone. You never know. You never know. Matt Steele for the Flash, and we're saying in the live chat.
We're rooting for it.
Listen, who is the flashiest person you know? Me.
I don't think that's what the Flash is about. I think the Flash is just like really fast.
Well, we'll make it about
being flashy.
Yeah.
I'm excited for your reboot of The Flash and whatever it's going to be.
The DC heads will hate it.
Well, who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? But good news for Marvel, folks. The Across the Spider-Verse film, which is the sequel to the first Spider-Verse movie, has gotten a $120 million domestic box office debut, landing the second biggest opening weekend of the year, I believe, behind the Super Mario Brothers movie. It has overperformed in so many ways. Apparently, this is beyond expectations. Truly, and I loved that first Spider-Verse movie so much. Did you ever see it?
I never saw it. I hear it's brilliant,
though. It's brilliant. The animation is so cool. The story is so amazing. And then our friends in the Discord, Jeff and Jordan, both are like, it's better than the first one.
Damn.
And so I'm just like, fuck, I guess I have to see it. It was one of my first dates with Jackson, actually, was going to see that first Spider-Verse movie. And I remember the whole time being like, oh, he won't hold my hand. I was very like ready to be handheld at
because he was focusing on the cinema.
I guess, but like he should be focused on me, his new person he's dating.
Well, I mean, you can't like listen. Yes. You gotta let the fans have their time watching what's in front of them.
Yes.
And then he can focus on you.
All right. I mean, I guess it worked out.
He wants to put all his focus on you.
Right.
So like if he like only puts 50% focus on you while he's 50% like distracted, like how would you feel about that?
I'd feel great. I'd feel great. But it all worked out with Jackson.
You're like Dorothy Loudon. You'd rather have 50% of him or any percent of him than all of anyone else at all.
And that's from a musical?
It's from a musical called Ballroom.
Great.
Brilliant song.
I love ballrooms. They're so pretty. Yes, so Across the Spider-Verse did very well. Great news for people who love animation. Great news for people who love a black Spider-Man, because Miles Morales is a black. I think he's Afro-Latino, if I'm not mistaken. And there was also announced, I believe, that there's going to be a live action Miles Morales in the Spider-Man universe in some way. Also was announced that there's going to be another Tom Holland Zendaya Spider-Man, which I was surprised by because they usually do these things in trilogies, right? But now we're going on number
and Spider-Man's happening simultaneously, I can be the fucking Flash.
I know.
With one hand.
Exactly.
With a non-dominant hand.
Right.
I'm just running around just like, I don't know how to use this hand.
That'll be a great film. I can't wait to watch
It would
that.
actually be really funny.
And right after, there was a whole hullabaloo about Al Pacino being, hot when he was younger. It has been announced that Al Pacino's girlfriend is 8 months pregnant. Al Pacino is 82, and his girlfriend Alfala is 29. They're expecting their first child together. Pacino is a father of 3 children already, 22-year-old twins, Olivia Pacino and Anton James Pacino. And then Julie Pacino, 33. I just am like, 82.
I mean, hey, it works. If it works, it works.
I mean...
And Robert De Niro is also having a baby as well. And he's 74.
And one of them, I think, is asking for a paternity test. I think it's Pacino. I think he was like, I didn't think you were able to have kids at this age with me being 82. But hey, learn the hard way, babe. I mean, 82 having a baby, that means when that kid is, going off to college... He's triple digits.
Yes. Yes.
6 feet under.
Yes. And that's very unfortunate. However, Al Pacino, if Al Pacino cannot provide in young father terms in energy and everything, Al Pacino will be able to provide monetarily.
Sure, but
this child will have a good life.
Sure, but kids need more than that.
Of course, kids need more than that.
We need to look into how those Nick Cannon kids are doing.
Sure.
With the enough money they have.
Al Pacino has more money than Nick Cannon.
Absolutely, he does. And fewer children.
And fewer children.
So yes, I understand, but I just am becoming a father at that age, and also the age gap between he and his girlfriend is a little weird. I get that 29 is not 19. She's a full-fledged adult, so she can make her own decisions. But I don't know. Even for all the money in the world, I don't see myself dating an 82-year-old.
Listen, well, it's pride, baby. Love is love.
I don't know if
love is love. And if there's anyone who is charismatic enough, it's Al Pacino. Come on. Listen,
it just makes me uncomfortable.
How long have they been together? Have they been together for a while?
I don't have their relationship timeline in front of me, and
I'm sure they love each other.
If everyone's happy, if the possible paternity test request does not upset her, then great. But I feel for the kid, and I hope that young man or woman, when they become a young man or woman, has all the support they need, because their father will be in a different place in life. Yes. Or not life.
Yes, of course. Okay. I imagine there's a big community around this child.
Yes.
And there will be support.
Yes.
And also if later in life Al Pacino is no longer with us, this girl's gorgeous and rich now because she was married to Al Pacino, and so she'll be able to find a wonderful stepfather for the child. I think
it's odd that you don't find this as dark as I do. I'm worried about this.
You know what? Live and let live, baby.
Oh no, man.
Listen, no. I'm feeling good. I'm on painkillers. Okay,
that's true. He's perked up.
I'm actually not, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
I'm optimistic.
I think that's beautiful. It's good to be. It's optimism is a beautiful thing.
And listen, at the end of the day, I got to pay my own damn bills. I can't waste my time worrying about Al Pacino's kid. That's gonna be fine.
That kid, it's gonna be okay. You know what? Taika Waititi said something that I think we all need to pay attention to. Taika Waititi knows he'll be obsolete in decades. "Quote unquote." No one remembers who directed Casablanca. I really love this. I feel like there's so many people, famous or otherwise, that are concerned with the legacy they're going to leave. And as much as you want to be a good person and leave things behind that your possible kids and grandkids can be proud of who you were, I think this is a refreshing point of view that I'd like to read out loud because we have time. What else are we talking about? "I'm 47, Taika says. My God, take the pressure off. People are so obsessed with likes and leaving behind a legacy, being remembered. Here's the thing. No one's going to remember us." "What's the name of the director of Casablanca? Arguably one of the greatest films of all time. No one knows his name. How the fuck do I expect to be remembered? So who cares? Let's just live, make some movies. They'll be obsolete and irrelevant in 15 or 20 years, and so will I. And then I'll die and someone else can do it." I think that is a great way to look at life.
Sure. And people were getting upset upset because they're like, of course everyone knows Michael Curtis and everything. It's like, well, film fans know Michael Curtis directed Casablanca and everything, but that's not the like majority of society.
It's really not.
Like you just have to acknowledge that like not everyone is as into film as me or even Taika or like the film fans out there who are getting really, really defensive about this. It was a casual, like, let's not take it so seriously.
Yeah.
Look, Alexander Hamilton was like so worried about his legacy and he died violently. During a duel.
He did. We saw that.
And, he did leave a good legacy. But
if we're being honest, I wasn't thinking about him before the musical.
Hey, look, because you're not a history buff.
I'm not a history buff.
And history buffs were just like, what do you mean you're not thinking about Alexander Hamilton 24/7?
It's like everyone on that stage at 1776. Wasn't thinking about them before, during, or after that show.
Oh, like
not once.
All these like people making remixes and everything. Like, I'm not thinking about them. But they are meaningful to you.
Absolutely, they are.
So, like,
Hector, David Morales.
Sure, I'm sure they're wonderful people,
Absolutely.
and I'm glad that they left a legacy for the music fans, just as Michael Curtis left a legacy for the film fans and everything. But like in the grand scheme of things, he's just telling you to chill, to enjoy life,
and
to not stress so much about little things like Al Pacino having a baby.
Well, that's gonna worry me because it's weird. I just have to talk. We'll talk about The Little Mermaid probably a little bit more later. But I just want to say that this New York Times article, that the pull quote is, this is like critical of The Little Mermaid for XYZ reasons. It says what's missing. The list is joy, fun, mystery, risk, flavor. All fine. I disagree, but all fine. The last word used into what's missing in the new Little Mermaid. What word do you think it is? Just take a guess.
I can't possibly imagine.
It's the word kink.
Huh.
What the fuck is wrong with people? I read shit from the New York Times. I don't have the New York Times, so I can't actually read the articles, but like the parts I read, I'm just like, what is going on over there?
Wait. Like kink in what? Like how is there kink in the original?
That's a great question, and the question on all of our minds.
Sure.
What are we talking about? I mean, is this the film that people say that they can look in the clouds and see a dick or something?
Oh, in the castle
in the castle,
whatever.
Maybe that's
or
there?
Like you can see like the chef's like has a boner or something like that.
But
it's like
guys, it's a kids movie, and you guys are all being really weird about it.
And okay, yes, on the live chat we were talking about like how the water exploding behind her for part of your world can be a metaphor for an orgasm. But
I missed that. I wasn't talking about that.
I don't necessarily like think it was made for that reason. But like it is kind of funny to talk about.
Well, on that point, that shot is still in the new one.
Yeah. So hey, kinky.
I don't want that.
So what did this article say?
Like, I don't have New York Times.
I'm not reading this.
I'm not reading it.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I just saw the pull quote and the picture and was like, huh?
Wow.
We're really talking about a children's movie in this way?
Oh God, maybe the scary people are right, and the media is trying to indoctrinate the children. They want kink in The Little Mermaid.
I mean, they first no kink at Pride, and now this no kink in The Little Mermaid.
No kink at Pride, all kink in animated movies.
True. I'm Rich in the chat says defund the New York Times, and I have to say I agree. Because what is going on
That's
over there?
That's a little rough.
It's wild. It's wild days. Matt Steele.
Yeah.
Do you have any other news for idiots you want to share with the people?
No. Listen, guys, my hand is throbbing.
Oh.
And so I can't think of anything that's important in my life other than popping another ibuprofen.
Okay. Well, I hope that works for you. And we're going to take a quick break and be back with more 2Gay Mats, the podcast. No kink in Little Mermaid.
Ooh, there really was no news.
I know. I told you. But
Damn.
we did it. We talked.
All right. How was that, y'all?
They really want Ursula to say body language. That's it. Oh, well, I guess I missed that line, but I wouldn't say that part of the original film is kinky.
It's not kinky. Like, I don't know. It's more just like fun.
What about last week? Taylor Swift dropped a scathing vault track dissing Joe Alwyn.
What?
I think you're losing me is what we're referring to.
I
don't think it's scathing, and I think we're going to take a little bit of a Taylor break. I skipped over every article that said Matt Healy in it because it's like, I truly can't discuss this person. Like, he means nothing to me. He seems weird.
Yeah.
But also, I don't need to. It's just, we're taking a little break. Sorry.
Have you been watching All Stars 8?
I have not. But I hear something weird happened this week. So I think someone left, like, on their own volition. And so that's strange. Daddy
Train is on Sniffies.
How can you watch Little Mermaid and say, you know what, that's missing? Kink.
Yeah,
that's a great
weird.
question. Like, what is wrong with people?
Do you go into like kids movies looking for that? Because you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Maybe you shouldn't be going into kids movies
That's
if that's
true.
what you're looking for.
If that's what's happening, justice for Joe Alwyn. Grace becoming a Joe Alwyn stan. I didn't see that coming, but I love it for her.
I mean, I don't think the song was scathing at all. I think it was just sort of like an understand, like, yeah, like we're on Taylor's side here. Like we can understand because we've all been in that situation of
Sure.
losing me. And so we're like, oh, why is he doing this? But like, I wouldn't say it's like a Dear John situation where she's that. No. Now that's scathing.
That's scathing. And I'm excited for, speaking now, the Taylor's version of Dear John. I'd love a 10-minute version of that. I don't think she has it, but I'd love one.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised she isn't doing that because it seems so obvious. Like it seems like it would do well.
I mean, maybe she hasn't announced like the vault tracks, I don't think at this point, but maybe she'll do something. I don't know. They have specific movie theaters for Kink.
Exactly.
And that's where P.B. Herman got arrested.
And y'all, I am positive there is a Little Mermaid parody, like porno video out there.
We gotta change the subject. I watched Little Mermaid 2 this weekend. I never saw the original, but I liked it. I saw the original, but not. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah.
And so I kept being like, ooh, this one scene was so beautifully shot and so beautifully set up. And Jackson was like, oh, it's exactly the same shot. It's literally just the same shot from the original. I was like, oh, cute. Ask Pee-wee about those movie theaters. Yes, Jake, you and I both know. You'd be the only one that wants a 10-minute version of that song. If you can dislike comments on the thing, dislike Jeff's. I'm not on Taylor's side until she dumps that guy. Sorry. I mean, I assume it's happening soon. They don't seem like a long-term potential. DC movies are weird. Oh, I think Grace is saying that The Flash was Marvel is as bad as saying the Tonys were in LA. I don't know if that's true.
It's really not.
Matt Steele for Wally West. I assume that's a Flash.
Wally West?
Wally West, I bet, is the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
If they cast Grant Gustin as the Flash, the movie might actually do well. You're entering your drug dealer era still. I don't know. I've deluded myself into believing Maddie Healy is just a thing right now so Taylor can get herself canceled and release Rep Taylor's version. Huh.
Oh, interesting.
But she's just doing Speak Now. I think she's, started too early if that's the plan.
Yeah.
But I assume they'll be done soon. I just feel like, all of the news stories about them, I'm just not interested in.
I mean, I'm sure like when they break up, like those songs will be
saving. I'm excited for the songs that come out of this relationship, but like I don't want to talk about it now.
She's a mastermind. She's planning.
She's probably already written the breakup songs.
She's probably just like, I've dated too many nice guys. I've got to date a guy that's gonna like fuck me up.
I've never had that thought. I've never wanted that for me. Oh my gosh. Oh, Miles Morales has his own game? I didn't know that. The Dear John hate needs to stop. Y'all need to learn to appreciate it because it's excellent. Tell him, Dylan.
I wonder how many people are going to be Taylor hiding in a fake broom cart for Halloween.
I didn't know that was a thing, so probably not a lot. Maybe some Swifties.
When was she in a broom cart? I know the one time she was in a suitcase.
That was great. Would you be covering Reputation TV? I mean, do y'all want us to? Because like, that's the real question. Because it's fun to, we love reacting to albums we love and and albums that we think we're going to love.
I mean, the songs from The Vault might be good.
If I were a betting man, I'd say they're not.
You never know. You never know.
But you never know. Did we get emails this week?
We did. We have ones from last week that we
perfect.
can do. Yeah.
I love that. And we're only weeks away, guys, from the Patreon getting relaunching. So if you are or are not a patron right now, be sure to watch this space because patreon.com/2gaymats is going to have a revamp and you'll be able to pay by the month. We'll be posting all of the patron requests there and exclusively there. And so if you want to see us reacting to and reviewing albums and songs that you request, you'll have to become a patron. So we'll see you there.
We'll see you there. And it's very fun. Like being on the Discord is so much fun.
The Discord is everything.
Yeah.
There's rumors they've already broken up because he started kissing girls on stage again, I think. I don't know. I'm not following this. It's just what I've scrolled past.
Didn't he kiss a guy too on stage?
He did. That was before they got together. But that was nice. Happy Pride. Ready for It and Call It What You Want is all I listen to from that album. I also like New Year's Day.
New Year's Day is great. And King of My Heart.
Did you hear Sabrina's going to be Taylor's opener for the first section of her tour? I did hear that. And I also read a thing about how this was more proof that Taylor hates Olivia Rodrigo. And I'm like, what? It seems thin. Swifties, tell us in the chat if she really hates Olivia Rodrigo. And why would she? Just because
not thinking about it. It's like how people aren't thinking about the director of Casablanca.
It's
like
true.
Taylor is so busy to be thinking about Olivia Rodrigo.
I mean, I could see it honestly both ways, but it's also like none of my business. He kissed a security guard at yesterday's show. Dress and New Year's Day are good. New Year's Day is good.
Dress isn't bad. I wouldn't say Dress is impactful for me personally.
I don't remember Dress too much.
'Cause I don't want you as a best friend. Only wore this dress so you could take it off.
Oh, yeah.
Take it off. Ha, ha, ha. Something like that. Carve my name into your lamppost. Yeah.
No, there's no beef there. I love you guys so much, but I don't need to hear you erroneously slander rep again. I don't think it's slander if it's true, McKenna.
Whoa.
I don't think we can look it up. We can ask a lawyer. I'm ready for Olivia, though. Yes, June 30th, Olivia's dropping something. She has a countdown clock on her album, so no more hints. It's all real.
All right,
you ready?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
We're back.
Give the ad.
Oh, the ad is, if you're listening to this, if you enjoy Two Gay Mats and enjoy the podcast and want as many people to hear it or see it as possible, please go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, leave us 5 stars. And on Apple Podcasts, you can actually leave a 5-star review. It helps us so much with the algorithms in both of those apps. We love doing this podcast, and we'd love if more people could hear it. So do your part. Give us 5 stars.
Guys, please. I have a hemangioma.
Yes, and no other star amounts are acceptable.
No.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So we are on to Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO.
Yes.
So we have 2 questions this week. They were from the back burner from last week.
Yay.
So this question comes from Theo. Theo says, Email My Heart, dating advice, new to the apps.
Oh, hi, Theo.
Hi, Matt S. and Matt P. My question is, I'm beginning to think I am ready to date again, but I am wondering where to start. I would love to believe you can meet people organically, but working from home makes that more challenging. So I think I am turning to the apps. From what I hear, it's a lot of small talk, ghosting, and frankly doesn't seem that fun at all. I'm wondering what your experiences on the apps have been, if you have any advice and how to make it fun. I find dating so stressful. Best, Theo. Theo, don't be stressed because you're an icon. You're a legend.
Absolutely.
I love dating. I don't know. I don't know. I've been on apps like Hinge and Tinder and like OkCupid back in the day. Since 2011.
Right.
And it's how I, mostly date.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I really enjoy it. Yeah, you will get instances of like ghosting or like guys who like, chat with you and it's like, you're totally not interested. Why are you wasting my time? You're going to get a ton of that. And that's why my advice is very much don't take it too seriously. Like I always see it as an opportunity to like make a new friend, maybe. Like that's how I go into everything regarding like dating and the apps and everything, just because it's like, sometimes it's just nice to have a conversation.
Right.
And sometimes if you do end up meeting that person, it's just nice to meet someone and to get to know someone new and everything. So don't like take it too seriously. And then, when people ghost or don't respond or are kind of annoying, like you're just like, whatever, let it roll off your back.
Right. And I agree. I think it's about not putting so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
I remember when I was doing app dating, I would always be like, okay, if I have not met this person in real life, then like they don't count. Like I'm not dating them. They have no obligation to me. I have no obligation to them. And I cannot get attached because I was the kind of person, I grew up listening to Mariah Carey. We love. But we cannot fall in love with people in the phone. You have to fall in love with people in real life.
Yeah.
And so I agree. Thinking of it as like, I'm going to meet a new person. We'll see where it goes. That's exciting. And I don't know if this is helpful or hurtful. Meeting people in real life is the people are as bad as you would meet in on an app.
Yes.
Like I have gone on dates from people I've met in real life, and they were, some of the people who've done some of the weirdest stuff to me. Like, that I have a story, but I'll share it later. But yes, you can meet people in real life, and that doesn't mean that it's a more legitimate connection. We kind of have this like beautiful thought. They're like, oh, if we meet in real life, they're going to behave XYZ way. And it's like, no, people are kind of behaving this way in dating no matter how the meeting happens.
Yeah.
So I think there's nothing wrong with being on an app. At first, just like all you can do is go on for as much time as you want to in a day. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it.
Yeah.
Have fun conversations, set up dates, and like try to have as much fun with it as you can.
Yeah, definitely don't get too attached to anyone you're talking to, especially because there are some people who are dynamite via like texting or messaging, and then you meet them in real life and you're just like, oh, you're so boring. Like you are right. all written wit and nothing else. And then there are people who are also not so like interesting, like when you're chatting with them,
right?
But then you meet them in real life and it's like, you are so personable and charming and interesting. Like there are some people who are just, I'm sure all of us have all those friends who are bad texters, like people who are just not good at the sort of like communication via typing of it all. And so, really don't go in with any expectations or any pressure on yourself. Another fun thing that I like to do is on my profiles, like sort of have a prompt. Like on all my dating profiles, I'm like, give me your most controversial takes regarding movies, music, or theater. And I get a lot of messages from people with like their hot takes, and a lot of them are bad, but and I'll flat out tell them like that's horrible.
The
takes are bad. Yeah, but the guys are fun because it's something interesting for them to like jump in with.
Right.
And so I find that kind of works sometimes, and it just like starts a conversation. It makes it more interesting than like, hey, how's your day going? Oh, it's fine, blah, blah, and all that small talk. Sometimes like if I am on the apps for like too long, the small talk does get a little monotonous.
Right.
So just always take those moments to not be on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and it's kind of fun because you kind of discover that there are certain people people fall into certain patterns. Like I find that people like with certain professions are like maybe like really good at app dating or like good at conversations, and other people with other professions like aren't. So it's fun. Like it's interesting seeing like, oh, I can tell this talk like this. Or I can tell a TV writer from like the second they message me.
LA, every other person.
Sure. TV writers are rough on like dating apps to talk to because it's like,
I'm trying to think if I don't remember a TV writer coming to mind for me,
because a lot of them are very much like they go in being like, impress me. like I'm gonna impress you with my wit, and impress me back with your wit.
I don't want to do that.
I'm tired.
Like, sorry,
what's up? Like
how are you?
Yeah, but dating apps are fun.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So next question comes from Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Amy says, I made it moments. Hi, Matt Squared. Thanks for answering my question the previous week. I have many, so I will probably be writing one per week, but feel free to skip my question whenever.
That's
Girl,
funny.
keep sending the questions because we love content for Email My Heart.
We do love content.
My question is, what would be your I made it moment? And also, I was listening to your Oscars 2021 breakdown podcast episode where you mentioned you wrote a song for Big Time Rush, Matt Palmer. I'm curious if there are any other songs that you've written that have been sung by other artists, or if you sang the demo for any song that are out there in the world. Thanks, Amy.
That's such a good question. There are songs of mine that I've written for other artists, but I don't think the other ones have been released. I wrote a song. Well, no, there's a song that I wrote with Leon Thomas, who was on Victorious with Ariana Grande. And I think he's a part of a production duo these days. And I think he produced Honeymoon Avenue for Ariana.
Ooh.
So very classic song. And I wrote a song on his mixtape EP. Oh, I need to look up the name of it. But if you go on his YouTube channel, it's there, and I'm credited. And so I've worked with him a couple of times. We have a couple of songs that we've written that have not been released, but were very good. I also weirdly sang a demo on a song that I did not write kind of recently in the past year or so. And then when I was in Costa Rica, I got an email that was basically like, hey, like, here's the pre-master of this song. We want to like get all the splits together, XYZ. And I'm like, what are we talking? Why am I on this chain? Like, I didn't co-write the song. And I listened to the demo of the song as it will be released, and my vocals are on it.
Oh.
And like, I'm like the lead vocalist of this song written by a favorite writer of mine. And I that song might be coming out. I don't know where it all landed. I sent them all that I needed. I was like, as the vocalist, I would like this %. I'd like it to tie back to my Spotify artist account and my, Apple Music artist account. But after that, they didn't need anything else from me. So I'm like, is this song coming out? Like, it's just odd, but it's wild to have sung a song that someone I love wrote, and it might be coming out into the world. So everyone stay tuned. I can't really say much more than that.
Okay, so you can tell me off camera who this writer is.
I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Bitch, why have you not told me about this sooner?
I forgot.
I totally forgot.
I was in Costa Rica and like trying to figure out like what percentage I should say for how much I need to get from this song that I'm singing on. And it was just the whole thing. So, yes.
Okay, so was that your I made it moment?
Oh, I don't know that I've had an I made it moment. I mean, I guess the moment that I knew that Big Time Rush was going to sing the song was a big one. Moments on this channel are like getting recognized out from this channel. Like when we went to the Kelly Clarkson thing and several people came up to us. That was a moment. Yeah. I don't know that I feel like you don't feel like you made it at a single moment, and maybe you just wake up and you're like, wait, I guess this is what I'm doing. And we've yet to wake up with that.
True.
But I believe it's coming.
Also, like, I guess the thing with like an artist is like you're never going to feel like you made it.
Yes.
Like, I mean, look at Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift is constant. Like Taylor Swift wins 2 Grammys for Album of the Year and is the biggest pop star on the planet, and she's still like in her documentary, like you see her not get a Grammy nomination for Album of the Year for Reputation, and she's just like, this just means I have to work harder. And you're just like, wait, Taylor, Taylor, you're doing really well. So I guess like as an artist, you always want to push yourself further. Like look at Beyonce, she's just pushing herself to be better and better and everything.
Yes.
And so I guess you never are really like going to be satisfied like and be like, I really made it.
I mean, the moment that we don't have day jobs is going to be a nice one.
That
will be an I made it moment.
I made it moment.
One day.
And also this week for my Giving Me Moments, I will talk about an I made it moment.
All right.
Yeah.
We love that. The Leon Thomas song is called 24/7. If you want to hear the song that I co-wrote with him, it came out in 2012, so it was long ago. But yeah, it's a good song.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, I was expecting. Do you have an I made it moment? Or is it giving me moments you want to talk about it?
I would say giving me moments.
Well, what's been giving you moments, Matt Steele?
All right. Well, I hope the writer of that New York Times article is listening, because this I made it moment that is my giving me moments for this week is a little kinky.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Listen, I was supposed to see the movie Past Lives this week when it came out, and I ended up not seeing it. So I was like, shit, what do I make my giving me moments? And I'm going to be like, I'm going to make it this. Why not?
Okay.
We're all adults here, I hope. And so me and my friend were talking about... we were joking about like websites that like people go to find nudes of celebrities.
Okay.
and I was like, what are these? Like, I've never been to like this, like what, like, and he's like, yeah, people just type in the name of celebrity. Like, do you have any nudes of this person? Any nudes of this person?
Yeah.
And like, people share them and everything.
I'm wondering where this is going.
And and he was like, yeah, I'll go to it now. 'Cause I bet there are people looking for nudes of you and Matt Palmer.
No.
And he was like, girl, and he sent me 2 pictures of like screenshots and everything.
I hope it's just you. People need to know I'm taken.
Listen, people probably know you're taken, but they're probably just curious. And so messages saying, anyone have any of the famous YouTubers to get Matt Steele and Matt Palmer? And then another one saying like, what about Matt Palmer? What about Matt Palmer? And another one saying, or Matt Steele. And my friend was just like, unfortunately, no one was able to deliver.
I think that's fortunately because
I mean, there would be nothing to deliver. I don't know.
I mean, no full nudes. I've never sent a full nude.
Oh,
but I've sent like if we're dating and we're doing
shirtless doesn't count.
Yeah, shirtless. Yes, I'm saying
nude. There, get out of here.
Yes.
And so that was a moment where I was just like, damn it, I made it. People are online looking for nudes of my stupid ass.
I did something kind of similar, but like had a much worse response. We posted a new video that we must say is very good, where we're talking about Mariah Carey's #1 hits and like the bracket of it all. And I was looking on the analytics and I was like, a lot of the external traffic is coming from this site called UK Mix, which is one of the boards that I don't really frequent, but like I know about. And so I go to UK Mix because I'm like, what else am I doing?
Yeah.
And I like go to the Mariah Carey thread and I go back. Someone posts our video and it's just like, oh, this is so fun and cute, whatever, XYZ. And like it's inspired me to do my own bracket and like these are the Mariah songs I want us to choose between. The comment right under it. for whatever reason, I really don't like these guys. And someone had liked it. So someone else really didn't like it. And I was like, during Pride Month, you bitches.
You bitches.
And then the person who originally posted was like, why? They're fun and harmless and they're always so supportive of Mariah. And I'm like, yeah.
I mean, we are annoying.
I feel like I've seen on some boards us get posted, and it's usually because it's in an artist thread and where we're talking about how much we love them. It's usually positive. So seeing that one Mariah fan being like, I don't like these queens, I was like,
I did see.
How dare!
I remember seeing on Twitter like once someone was looking for like reaction videos for Taylor Swift something, and someone commented being like, "What about two gay Mats? Have you watched theirs?" And the person responded, "No, I find them annoying." And I commented below on Twitter. I was just like, oh, insufferable.
Did they like it?
No,
Oh,
they probably didn't realize that it was me. But yeah, so it was very fun. And so me and my brother have this thing where my brother will text me throughout the day, just like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, nothing. And I'll just be like, what are you doing? And he'll always respond, waiting for you to become famous.
Perfect.
And so he responded, waiting for you to become famous. And I was just like, well, I'll just have you know, Michael, that there are people online searching for my butt.
Jesus.
And look at this. And I sent him the screenshots and he sent me back, big whoop. I've been telling you for years that you need to go on these sites and under like anonymous accounts asking for nudes of yourself. So people will go, who's Matt Steele? Who's Matt Steele?
Jesus
and I was like, oh, you did have that idea before.
But this is even better. Someone really wants to see our nudes.
Someone really wants it. Yeah.
Well,
someone really wants it.
This was a weird giving me moments, but it's pretty funny.
It makes me feel nice that someone out there thinks I'm sexy.
It's nice. It's nice. And I would like it to all be noted, you never know when you will become a person that people know. Don't take nudes, full nudes of yourself, especially with your head in them. It's just...
They will be out there.
They could be out there. The cloud gets hacked every once in a while. And I mean, and now we're in a more sex positive time of life where it's like, I don't think you would lose jobs because you had nudes out there. But like you would, if you would not feel comfortable with them being out there, just don't take them.
Yeah.
Or crop your head out.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, shirtless picture. Yeah. There's nothing wrong.
We've all been there.
People, go swimming. And
Exactly.
Take I mean, I don't go swimming, but
some people do.
Some people do. Yeah, so it's fine,
Well, for me,
yes,
I must say that Little Mermaid, for me, was a lovely experience.
Oh, good.
I feel like there were certainly things I didn't love about the film.
A lack of kink.
A lack of kink was actually fine for me. I wasn't looking for kink in that film, but I want to highlight the fact that Halle Bailey is a fucking superstar. And I know I've been saying it just from like her American Idol performance. I've been saying it from, just looking at the clips of the film. But so many people who are singers get in a musical, movie musical, and just like rely on their vocals to carry them through because it's like, oh, I'm a vocalist. That's what I'm here to do. Let me just sing my face off and like, oh yeah, I guess I have some lines to say. Whatever.
Yeah.
Which is like what I would do. I can't act. I get it. There's no judgment there. But Halle is an actress. I was feeling everything she was feeling. She may have been like, I feel like there were moments where maybe like the original Ariel had a little bit more spunk or was more defiant, but like I feel like that's more of a director's choice versus Halle's acting choice.
An acting interpreted thing.
Exactly.
And every interpretation works.
I thought her chemistry with Prince Eric was so impeccable. I thought like her part of Your World is truly outstanding. The reprise is stunning, and how she could act so much of that film without having to even say a word because she's voiceless. Spoiler, but like since '89, guys, get on it. For a large chunk of it, it's just like I could still feel her falling in love with him and feel her falling in love with like the world around her. It kind of takes place now in the new version in like a kind of Caribbean kind of island thing versus wherever like the Hans Christian Andersen's like Germany or something. I don't know, Sweden.
Denmark,
sure. Yeah. Some white place. And so, but like seeing her move through this world and like have so much joy and emotion and she just truly killed it from the beginning to the end. She's an absolute superstar. There were a lot of great things about the film. I liked Ursula. I enjoyed. I feel like people were hit or miss with her, but I thought Melissa McCarthy did a good job. I also liked the design of the tails. Like all of her octopus tails were kind of lighting up and things in a way. I enjoyed that. I thought Awkwafina as Scuttle did a good job generally. That new song is tough.
Okay.
The Scuttlebutt. And I get that the point is it's supposed to be annoying or whatever, but like you knocked it out of the park with annoying. It comes out of nowhere, and I feel like the new Prince Eric song was also kind of nothing. But they also had a new Halle song when she was kind of trying to like find her feet and like kind of falling down everywhere. And she was singing it. It was like the parts in Yentl.
Oh,
it literally was that where it's like her mouth isn't moving, but it's like her inner monologue is playing behind her. And that song was pretty good.
You think they're going to remake Yentl starring Halle Bailey?
I don't foresee that. You never know, but I don't foresee it. And then I also got to see the Color Purple trailer before the film started on the big screen.
On the big screen?
And I was like, I cannot believe how quickly I turned from being like, I don't care about this to like, I can't wait for this movie.
Oh my God.
There's like not a movie I'm looking forward to as much for the rest of the year. Like I'm so excited.
And Christmas is so far away.
I mean, I always feel like Christmas is just around the corner.
Just
around the river bend.
Well, Christmas starts for you like September 20th.
Absolutely it does.
So, okay.
And it's Matt Steele knows when I'm playing my Christmas music and was kind of usually not to say anything. Whenever I throw on a Christmas song out loud, Jackson texts me and he's like, it's June. I'm like, I know what the month is. Sometimes you got to hear Miss You Most at Christmas time. Yeah. But long story short, everyone go see The Little Mermaid. It really is lovely, even if it's not a perfect film. Halle's performance, I think, is one to watch. She's a beautiful actress, a beautiful vocalist throughout the film. And it was just, even though I kept being like, oh, I really like this exact scene. Like, I like when they're on that boat and then there are fireflies in the water and the thing.
Oh, how's Kiss the Girl? You know that's my song.
Yes, that whole Kiss the Girl sequence is amazing. And I was like, oh, wow, this is so amazing. And I learned that it was the exact same shot from the animated version, but whatever. It still is lovely to see in live action, and it's lovely to see Halle's portrayal of Ariel is just winning. And all those mermaid sisters were so amazing. I love that every single one was like a different race. And it's like, oh, I loved Brandy Cinderella, and it was giving me that. It was giving me that.
It's giving like, Brandy Cinderella.
It's giving Brandy Cinderella under the sea at that moment. And, you know, I thought Javier Bardem was a little flat.
What?
He was a little like
he's a brilliant actor.
He was his angry and his happy and his like joyful and his sorrow. Same face. But maybe he just was like, I'm getting the check and it's clearing. I'm not flexing my muscles here. I didn't think he did much of anything.
But the thing is, like, how can that New York Times say there was no kink when Javier Bardem is shirtless?
He's not.
Oh, he's not?
They put a shirt on him.
Why?
I know that was tough to see.
Javier Bardem is so hot.
Maybe they have a point. Not enough kink.
Not like if Javier Bardem was shirtless.
That would be the. I mean, I still can't say that word in Little Mermaid in the same sentence.
Yeah,
it's
that's
still
rough.
weird.
Yeah.
But the point is, Javier Bardem is hot, and he should have had his shirt off, and maybe he could have done a better job acting. Okay, the movie is good. The Sebastian visual and the little fish boy Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jacob Flounder.
Both were not as off-putting in the film as I found them on the character posters, and so that was nice. Just watch the film. I think it's more fun and positive than it is a disappointment, and I enjoyed it.
I love that.
I love that.
Look at you, cinema man.
That's me. I just love cinema.
One day you will know the name of the director of Casablanca.
Maybe Michael.
There
we go.
You got 50%.
Hey.
And you'd rather have 50% of him or any percent of him than all of anybody else at all.
And that's obviously from Ballroom.
What year?
A long time ago.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the people?
I don't think so.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We'll be back next week with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Cute.
Cute or a little kinky?
A little kinky. Javier was great. What do you mean? I thought he was not good. I just thought he didn't do anything. Like he just wasn't.
Well, what do you want him to do?
Like emote. Emote. Like have an emotion. The scene when Ariel and Eric were on the boat and the side characters were singing was really cute. Oh yes, I think that's the Kiss the Girl scene.
Kiss the Girl.
Yeah, that was very cute. I agree. I will say the end of the movie. I don't know if this happens in the original, but like all of the sea people kind of come out onto land and like kind of sit on the side. Looked very weird. Okay. It looked pretty weird.
Do you want to lap?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But it was a good film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Well, we did it.
We really did.
I survived.
Hallie should have been Nessa Rose in the movie, but isn't Nessa Rose in a wheelchair?
Yeah. I forget who's the name of the actress playing Nessa Rose in the Wicked movie.
We love you too, Queen Sue. Oh, Grace, thank you. I redeemed myself. Thank you so much.
I'm excited to join that Succession.
Join
now that Succession is over.
Oh, right. I forgot to talk about Succession.
What did you think of the Succession, Ted
Lasso? I thought the Succession finale was excellent. It was heartbreaking. But it was like, of course, like, we watched the like vignette after the show was over, and the creator Jesse Armstrong was like, I mean, we've always thought of it as a tragedy, and so of course none of them can be given, spoiler, can be given this company. Like, all they want is the love of their father in the form of being handed down this company.
I've never seen the show, and I kind of predicted that would be the case. Because it's like, there's no, like, one answer that would, like, really work. Because, like, you can't have, like... So I figured, like, it would be none of them.
Yes.
Yeah, and I figured that's what
but there was a moment where it was all... They kind of agreed, we're going to vote at the final board meeting. We're going to make it Kendall. I'm going to do it. And Shiv found out that her husband was basically, if they didn't get the vote for Kendall, that her husband, who she kind of hates and like was in the process of divorcing, would become the CEO, Tom Wamsgans, who like throughout the whole series was like shat on. I said spoiler alert. And so then at the very final moment, she's like, it's up to her to make the final decision. She gets up and leaves. And they have the most intense fight in this back room, the three kids. And it's like very well acted. It's very tough to watch. It's very like horrible things are being said between these siblings. It's like, oh, the three of you will never speak again. Wow. After this conversation, she goes back in, votes for the other people, votes for her husband to get it. And she rides away in a limo in a loveless marriage to an idiot man who doesn't deserve everything she wanted. And it just was wild. It just was wild.
But was there kink?
I don't think so. I don't feel like there was much kinky in that final episode. But I mean, some people find some of those people attractive. None of those boys. I mean, I guess Kieran Culkin sometimes is cute, but
I think they're all cute. I've told you before that I find Jeremy Strong attractive. Ooh. Yeah, I think he's attractive. There's something about him I think he's hot in a Trial of Chicago 7. I think he's really attractive.
I don't know that.
He plays like a hippie in it. There's something about him that's attractive.
He to me, I also knowing about his like method acting ways, I'm just like, you seem weird.
I feel like it was over dramatized.
I don't know. Brian Cox is always like, yeah, he does it. That's so annoying. Icon. It was really intense. There are 4 seasons of Succession, and yeah, there are spoilers because the creator basically said there's no character progression because he believes people don't change. Kind of sad, but real. I mean, I don't know that I believe people don't change. I think you can't make them change. I think people evolve kind of on their own accord and grow in that way, but you can't make someone change. Kieran Culkin was so cute in Scott Pilgrim. I thought he was very cute in Scott Pilgrim as well. He's less cute as his character Roman because Roman's obviously an awful person, but he still is kind of cute.
Yeah, aren't they? I mean, they're all kind of like slimy characters.
They are.
Too.
But I was rooting for Shiv because, she's a woman.
Kieran Culkin. I mean, it's so crazy to me that like Kieran Culkin is such a bigger name now than like Macaulay Culkin. Like, what's Macaulay doing?
I know. I think Macaulay's like essentially retired.
Is he still married to Brenda? Has he been married to Brenda Song? He has a kid. He has a kid with Brenda Song, right?
Oh, yeah. Are they married?
Is it Brenda Song?
Tom was Mr. Darcy in the Pride and Prejudice movie. He was hot then. Interesting. And about the Ted Lasso finale. This is not on the podcast. It was meandering, and I think it's clear that no one knows whether it's a season or series finale.
Okay.
Like Apple TV is calling it like the last match. It just like didn't answer many questions, except that like spoiler alert, Ted like goes back to America to be with his kid.
Okay.
It was middling.
Okay. Hasn't been modeling on a runway or something. Hasn't he been modeling on a runway? Who's been modeling? Macaulay? Oh, he's probably doing a bunch of creative projects that like...
I'm gonna look and see if he's married.
Yeah.
A lot of A's in that man's name.
It's just whenever I see Kieran, I think of just like Fuller Go Easy on the Pepsi and just that little kid who pees the bed. Like that's all I can picture.
That's funny.
Yeah. Are there gay characters in Succession?
No.
No?
There are not. We were talking about that there are no queer gay characters, and there are very few non-white characters. I get it's a family thing, but like I'm trying to think. Kendall's assistant was a black lady, but
okay,
that's about it.
Hey, Ruben.
Hi, Ruben.
What's up?
Someone let me know what before you watch it. I mean, by the way,
it'll be very
top 40, but the clips are pretty great. Her voice is amazing with electric guitars. Who are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about. Me too. I was so hyped for the show, but after hearing about all the changes they made when they refilmed, we're talking about the Weekend, The Idol show.
Oh yeah, that premiered today, I think.
Yes, y'all have fun watching it. Because I'm trying to think of something I'd want to watch less than that. Stewie kisses boys on Molly. That's true. That was a great line from the finale.
I'm surprised there's no gay moment in Succession.
No,
like where like one of them just like gets caught with like a male prostitute or something.
No queer people. All white characters. Hard pass. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not diverse. No. If there's any nudity in Succession if there's any nudity before I watch, I can't think of any nudity. Maybe there was. Maybe I feel like you probably have seen their characters having sex, like Shiv and Tom.
Listen, if you want to see them naked, just go to that website or whatever, and be like, "Hey, does anyone have any of the cast of Succession?"
I also have looked up Two Gay Mats on Reddit before, and all the comments are nice.
Oh, that's it. I will say, like people always say, what is it like getting a bunch of negative comments and everything, and I'll say probably for the past 6 years, 7 years,
we haven't gotten
anywhere near as many negative comments as we get positive ones.
Yes.
When we started out, we would get more negative comments, still more positive ones, but
right.
I think it's very rare we get a negative comment on YouTube now.
Right.
Very, very rare.
Right.
The meanest things are the people on Twitter, but they're mean about everything.
And the thing is, if we react to something and don't like it, people are not going to like it. What is the website?
I don't know. I just got screenshots. I don't know what the website is.
I don't want to see that steal. LOL. That's my point. I love that you're they're too unattractive for me to see them nude.
I have to watch The Idol for Moses Sumney, but I will close my eyes when the weekend is
unscreened in solidarity. Thank you so much. Moses Sumney is gorgeous and super talented.
Who's Moses Sumney?
He is a queer black artist.
Okay.
And he's gorgeous and talented.
Hey.
Love that for him. I think Roman had a thing with his male trainer. Oh, right. That was kind of implied. But Roman sexuality is just a complicated thing in general. That's for sure.
If you told 10-year-old me that in 2023 the most famous Culkin would be Kieran and the most famous Olsen sister would be Elizabeth, I'd have to laugh in your face.
Absolutely. Did you hear about...
No, I would say as famous as Elizabeth and Kieran are, they're sort of they're not as famous in comparison to society as Macaulay and the Olsen twins were.
Absolutely.
They don't have the...
the reason we don't hear about Macaulay Culkin and the Olsen twins is they have the amount of money they have means that they can disappear from a society.
Yeah.
They were gigantic.
Yeah.
In a time where the monoculture was a thing.
Yeah. In a time when child actors there could be a giant, huge, singular child actor.
Right.
Macaulay Culkin was everything.
Right.
When he was younger. And the Olsen twins were everywhere. Yeah. But now entertainment is so dense. There's so much out there.
I know.
That no one will ever be as famous as Macaulay Culkin again.
It kind of makes sense that child stars didn't want to continue acting. Yeah, it does. Still in this Evan Hansen era. Oh, you can wave through the window with that thing. Waving through the window. What a great song.
It's a great song.
Great song.
For Forever.
Great song.
Excellent. Yeah.
2 great songs.
Mary-Kate and Ashley are still famous while still in hiding.
That is true. Bring up folklore. Oh, Lord.
Did you hear about the LGBTQ pride fiasco in North Hollywood?
I didn't.
No, what happened?
What happened there? I'm nervous about it.
Oh, God.
Sounds like it's bad.
Sounds like it's bad.
It's a pride fiasco at a high school. It sounds like it's bad.
Honestly, what pride isn't a fiasco?
It's true.
We're just fiasco-ish people.
That's true.
What's an adjective to go with fiasco? Is there one?
I don't know.
Fiasconic?
I like that.
We should start it.
Let's start it. That'll be our spin-off channel.
Yeah.
Fiasconic.
Fiasconic.
Oh my gosh. So next week on Wednesday we're dropping the Ethel Cain review, and then we have a review of the Saturdays. I think Greatest Hits or some deluxe album of theirs, and then we're doing the Patreon changeover. It's been so long in the making, guys. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and then all the requests will be on Patreon exclusively. So if you want to see, you know how we put out that second video every week where we we're talking about an album that someone requested, or we're talking about a song that someone requested. If you still want to see those, you have to sign up for Patreon in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah.
It's happening.
I know Dear Evan Hansen through Big Brother when they let them watch the movie. Yeah, because that was their movie that they got to watch in Big Brother 23 back in 2021.
Dear Evan Hansen sounds like Wicked to me. I hate it, but I do like that song. LOL. I don't hate Dear Evan Hansen.
I would say the scores are similar in the sense that there are poppy elements to. Well, Dear Evan Hansen is much poppier than Wicked, but it's also over a decade apart that they were written. So I wouldn't say they're not alike. There's a little bit more of like magic to the Wicked sounds.
I see that.
It's the Wicked score, I would say. But
Bryce says The Preacher's Daughter was a letdown. We have so many little Ethels in the Discord chat.
Yeah, fight with them.
Disagree with you, but it had its moments. Preacher's Daughter.
Steele, can you recommend your top 3 LGBTQ films? I'm not a movie person, but trying to watch more. I've seen Brokeback Mountain and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I have a great one. It's called Devos.
Happy Pride.
Available now. Oh God, what other LGBTQ films do I really love?
I mean, I loved Bros. I'm not gonna restart the fight.
I think Bros is great. Bros is very funny. I'm gonna look up like LGBTQ films just to see like because I don't want to lead you astray and just pick the first ones that come to mind.
I liked GBF. Remember that movie?
That's a very cute movie.
That movie was very cute.
I'm trying to think of like ones that. Where there's like some sort of like, Carol is excellent. Moonlight obviously is phenomenal. Best Picture winner. I mean, I would consider Judy an LGBTQ film just because of that sequence where she goes over to the gays' apartment, and I swear that was the first time I ever like looked at a movie screen and was like, I am represented.
I see myself.
Here we are. The Kids Are All Right.
We both watched that again on a plane.
Really?
And the whole time I was like, of course Matt Steele likes Annette Bening's character. And
queen.
Her point, no, I'm a Julianne Moore. I'm a free spirit, but I wouldn't have done what she did. But
would you have tolerated her character if you were her wife?
Yes, I would have given her more space and freedom to roam, and I would have supported her more than Annette Bening's character did.
But doing it for decades?
It's a lot.
I
understand, but it's like, you know who you married. We were just talking about do people change. The thing is, you didn't have to marry this woman. Yes. You loved that she was light and airy and,
Yes, but Julianne Moore did not have to cheat.
I'm not pro the cheating. We all know my feelings on Tom and Raquel.
But Annette Bening's performance when when she drinks that wine, that to me, when she drinks the wine in that scene, it is like one of the most effectively and simply directed moments of like a film in the 2010s that I can.
She does a great job.
So excellent. Absolutely. Heavenly Creatures is bizarre and kind of horrifying to watch. I really
will. We have to resubmit requests after the Patreon changeover. No, you will not. Just know that if you requested something after the Saturdays Deluxe, it will be patron only and only visible on the Patreon. If you leave the Patreon before your request comes up, we can send it to you. There's a great Irish film called Handsome Devil that is just lovely.
Oh.
Waving through a window and what is this feeling are the same? I don't hear that.
No.
No,
that's... The Color Purple can count as a great LGBTQ film. Even though the musical shows it a little more.
Yeah.
But the original, the 1985 movie, absolutely shows it and counts. Tangerine. I love Tangerine. Tangerine's a fucking great movie.
I love someone was saying something about Heartstopper, and I hear great things about Heartstopper. Heartstopper is a show, and it is very winning. And if you like shows with no conflict, it's perfect for you. Simon and Love Victor are great.
Love Simon, yeah. I've never seen Love Victor, but Love Simon we saw together.
Yes.
The movie Can You Ever Forgive Me, starring Melissa McCarthy, I thought that was a great movie. Boys Don't Cry, starring Hilary Swank. One of my favorite Oscar wins ever. She is phenomenal in this movie. It's about Brandon Tina, who was unfortunately murdered.
Michael Smith said, Steele said The Color Purple, everyone drank.
The Birdcage, obviously.
Oh, great.
Birdcage is excellent.
Did we watch that? I watched that at, was it Corey's birthday?
Corey's birthday, yeah. Carol, I said already, but needs to be repeated.
Carol's a little slow.
I love Carol. Carol is so
slow.
good. Get out of here.
It's just a lot of, it's like Mad Men. It's just like a lot of looks.
It's a lot of glamour.
Yes!
It's a lot of glamour and music and looks. I'm so glad I remember Tangerine. I love Tangerine. I love his movies, Sean Baker's movies. Tangerine's the one that was filmed entirely on an iPhone about the two transgender prostitutes running around LA. It's bizarre and hilarious and just great. Angels in America is also great, but that's a mini series. Well, it's a play, but it's 2 plays actually, but it was filmed for HBO as a mini series.
Right.
But Angels in America is obviously a must watch.
Tuan Fu is good.
Tuan Fu is very great. I don't know.
Yeah, so many recs. Sorry, this wave. You got a lot of movies to watch.
Yeah, rewatch this
Pride Month.
Stream.
Yeah, it'll be
to write it down. Devos.
Hey, and the Get Lost visual EP.
And the Get Lost visual EP
is a short film.
Cinema.
Available now.
We love LGBTQ short films.
We do.
That are musicals.
Hello? Doesn't have a... I'm like, is there a spoken word? Not many if there's a spoken word.
Yeah. That's all on YouTube, right? That's on
it's on YouTube.
The full short film version. Ooh, with that intro that you did. That was good.
That
was good editing.
Thank you. Yeah. I edited the shit out of that. My mom just wrapped a theater run of The Color Purple. Wait, was she in the musical of The Color Purple? Who did she play?
Did she produce it?
Did she produce it? Yeah, I need to know. Aristotle and Dante, the movie is released this summer.
What's that?
I don't know. All right. Is there anything else we should talk about? When is that watch party happening?
At some point.
The thing is, if you look up how to do it, it's very easy.
I know.
Have you looked up how to do it?
Yeah, you sent me the thing.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have to pick a date and just do it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm doing so much. I'm so busy.
I mean,
yes, it will.
Yes,
it will.
Y'all know if it was me, it would have happened by now.
I know.
We love everyone, but people, we all have different ways of like living and organizing.
Yes. When I go to work, I like actually go to work.
That's true. True.
You go to work and you're just like, oh, let me see what's
I
going
also
on
work
here.
during the day. There are days that you're not working until 4.
Yeah, but when you're like out, work, sometimes you got some downtime.
True.
That you can be at your computer or at a phone.
True, but there are many hours in the day that you work that you could put together a time to do a watch party.
Sure.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I can think of a time in my head.
Yeah, just picking a time.
Yeah.
Get Lost visual EP is amazing, stunning, one of my faves. Feels like such a moment. LOL, props to you. Oh, thank you so much. I would love to do something like that again. Costs so much money though.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we needed 2 Gay Matt's letterbox. Ooh, that'd be fun. It would be mostly Steele and y'all.
I can't do a letterbox. I can't add another thing like, oh, I have to write this perfect review.
But there are some Discord folks who are on Letterboxd. So if you get on Discord through the Patreon, you guys can all become Letterboxd friends. Make a 2 Gay Matts group.
A letterbox.
We'd support it.
Yeah.
Prime has a built-in watch party feature now. Yes.
Isn't that what you sent me?
I think so.
It's like something connected with
Prime.
to
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah. And Devos is free on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
If you watch it for free, please rate a review.
Yes,
5 stars.
5 stars only.
5 stars only.
It's the only stars we accept.
Oh God, yeah. Stars come in increments of 5.
All right. I think it's time, guys. We love you.
Bye.
I'm super late, but I'll go back and watch the stream. Watch it. It's fun.
Bye, Ricky.
Bye, Ricky.
Thank you for showing up at all.
Bye to all of you. We'll be back next week. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.